Morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone, wherever you're at in the world. Welcome to Last Raps Baseball's live commentary. And today we're going to be bringing you a qualifier from the 2026 World Baseball Classic. It is going to be Brazil versus Germany, as these two teams are looking to punch their ticket to get into the Classic for the 2026 version of the tournament. It is Germany who is coming off a victory over China yesterday as they knocked off the Chinese 12-2 in a shortened 7-inning mercy rule ball game. And it is going to be their 1-0 record going up against Brazil, who took it on the chin last night, versus the Colombians, who beat them 5-0. And so today it is a matchup of these two teams. One would have to think that this could be a preview of the 2-3 ball game, or the 2-3 matchup, which would go off in the elimination game. Although if the Germans win today and Brazil loses, we're going to have some interesting matchups in the next set of games potentially, especially if Colombia knocks off China. It could be a winner-take-all game with Germany, and setting up a winner-take-all game against Germany and the Colombians, and an elimination game with Brazil and China. But they have to play the game still, and we'll see what this all brings to us today. Well, first of all, I'll give you the starting lineups for the visitors from Brazil. And leading off and doing the designated hitting is number 10, Gabriel Gomes. Hitting second and playing in right field is number 24, Lucas Ramirez. Hitting third and playing third base is number 5, Leonardo Reginato. The cleanup spot and playing first base is number 77, Dante Bichette. Hitting fifth at second base is number 15, Lucas Rojo. Batting sixth in left field is number 3, Gabriel Mascai. Hitting seventh and doing the catching is number 7, Gabriel Carmo. Batting eighth in center field is number 3, Gabriel Maciel. And batting ninth and playing shortstop is number 1, Victor Ito. And they are going to be facing the left-hander. It's going to be Tommy Summer, who takes to the hill, the former Chicago White Sox prospect for Germany. The left-hander will make his World Baseball Classic debut here in this one. And now your starting lineup for Germany, who is the home team again in this one here today. Leading off and playing third base is Eric Brenk. Batting second and in left field is going to be Lou Helmig. Hitting third and playing in center field is Lucas Dunn. And the cleanup spot and playing second base is Simon Baumgart. Hitting in the fifth spot and doing designated hitting is Sean Larry. Batting sixth in right field is Yannick Walter. In the seventh spot and playing first base is Donald Lutz. Batting eighth and doing the catching is Vincent Aherns. And batting ninth at shortstop is Alexander Schmidt. And they are going to be also facing a left-hander, are the Germans, in Enzo Sawayama, as he will take to the hill, making his first appearance for Brazil in this portion of the tournament. Well, those are your starting lineups, so we're going to get this one underway in just a few. Appreciate you guys for popping in with us, whether you listen live or on delay. It's always great to have you with us here. We'll take a little time out, and we'll be back in just a few, as the first pitch is just a few minutes around the corner.
Hello, this is Eric Fox, formerly of the Oakland A's and Texas Rangers baseball teams. If you want to learn about Japanese baseball, see Coach Fred of Last Raps Baseball. If you want baseball instruction, see Coach Fred. If you want to learn about golf, do not go to Coach Fred. Fred, what kind of club is this?
At Last Raps Baseball, we know baseball. Welcome back, everybody. It is Tommy Summer who is taking to the hill here for the Germans today. Interesting that they are in the black tops and the white pants. We're ready to get this one underway here, as it is Germany here against Brazil. The Brazilians feature a couple of sons of former major leaguers in their lineup. And the first pitch of the ball game is underway, and it was a fastball delivered to Gabriel Gomes, missing outside for ball one. Lucas Ramirez, the right fielder, son of Manny Ramirez, and Dante Bichette, of course, the son of Dante Bichette, as well. As there's a fastball swung on and lifted foul down the right field line, and the count is 1-1. Gomes, batting from the right side, was 0 for 4 in the opener yesterday against the Colombians. As the left-hander Summer rocks into the windup and delivers, there is a fastball swung on and fouled off into the feet of Gomes, and the count goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. welcome our friend Gracie Lynn into the stream today. She's back listening again, and anybody else who has come to listen. So here comes the 1-2 pitch. Summer works into the windup and delivers. There's a fastball swung on. Its grounded foul past the bag at first base, and the count remains at 1-2. Defensively today for the Germans, it is going to be a very similar lineup as to yesterday. Only one minor substitution and a couple of players that are in the lineup. We'll get to that in a moment as the 1-2 pitch is on the way. Summer rocks and delivers. It is a breaking ball that misses down, and the count now goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Defensively, it is Lou Helmig in left field, Lucas Dunn in center. The right fielder is Yannick Walter. Around the horn from first to third, Lutz is at first. The second baseman is Baumgart. Shortstop is Schmidt, and third baseman is Brink. There's a breaking ball swung on, grounded softly over to the third baseman, Brink. He fields it on the run. He throws to first. And that's a nice play as Gomes goes in the books on a ground out, 5-3 for the first out of the inning. So 1 up and 1 away, and that'll bring up the right fielder in Lucas Ramirez. And the battery, as we left off going through the lineups, it is going to be Summer on the hill and Ahearns behind the plate to get the start today. Ahearns came in the latter part yesterday. There's a first pitch fastball swung on, tapped softly back to the pitcher. Summer fields it. He throws to first, and a nice play there by Donald Lutz to pick it out of the dirt. Was not the best of throws by the pitcher of the Germans, but they were able to make the play. It's a ground out, 1-3. So 2 in the books. That's going to leave it up to the third baseman, Leonardo Reginato. Our friend Gracie Lynn says Dante Bichette related to Bo. Yes, they would be brothers. As the lefty Summer rocking quickly into the windup, he delivers a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. Reginato yesterday had one of the 3 hits for the Brazilians. He was 1 for 4. The 34-year-old batting from the right side against the lefty Summer, who delivers a breaking ball that is waved at and missed, and the count now goes to 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. So those would be the connections. Lucas Ramirez, as we said, one of the sons of Manny Ramirez, and Dante Bichette, the son of course, Dante Bichette as well in the lineup here in this one for the Brazilians, getting their opportunity as they are playing with the heritage of their parents. There's a fastball that just misses off the outside corner. The count goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes on Reginato. Again, the lefty getting his sign from the catcher Ahearns. He delivers. There's a fastball swung on it. It's going to be lifted foul. It's going to reach the seats over on the first base side, and the count remains at 1-2. Reginato played in the Mexican League with the Railroaders in 2024, so he is a player who has some pedigree. There's a breaking ball that misses down. The count now goes to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. If you're new to the channel, we want to welcome you here. As if you're old to the channel, we want to welcome you back. We do like to do the late night games in the Japanese League, as there's a fastball taken for a called third strike. Reginato stood there like the house by the side of the road. He watched that go by for out number 3, and that's going to do it here for Brazil in their half of the first inning. They go in order, no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We are through a half inning. Your score is Brazil 0 and Germany coming to bat. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a few with all the action. Appreciate you guys for hanging in here with us today on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel.
Well, you got to have an ace in the hole, a little secret that nobody knows. Life is a gamble, a game we all play, but you've got to save something for a rainy day. You've got to learn to play your cards right if you expect to win in life. Don't put it all on the line for just one roll. You've got to have an ace in the hole.
Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the top of the order to come to bat here for Germany in their half of the first inning. That means Eric Brink, Lou Helmig, and Lucas Dunn to get things going. little surprised that the Brazilians would throw a left-hander against the Germans. Really, Germans have a couple of switch hitters in their lineup, but they are more right-handed heavy. And so the lefty has been chosen by Brazil to go today. So we'll see how this works. We'll also keep an eye on the number of pitches that these pitchers throw. Yesterday, Martin Solbach for the Germans, he went the full 85 pitches that you could go. And actually, he ended up, I think, at 86 or 87, as you could start the batter below the 85 threshold, but you finish him off and you could be above. Anyways, he ended up pitching very well yesterday and went 6 1/3 innings. And the Germans went to their bullpen, but it would be expected he is spent for the rest of the tournament because you need to have 4 days off. But yesterday, it was Bo Takahashi, who plays for the Saitama Cebu Lions. He got the start for the Brazilians, and he only went 40-some-odd pitches before being removed. And there's the first pitch of the ball game. It is swung on. It is lifted into shallow center field. Backing up on it is the second baseman for Brazil, and it is Lucas Rojo who's going to haul that one in. And with one pitch, we have one away here. It's not a good start to the tournament for Eric Brink, as he is now 0 for 6. So he's gone for the first out of the inning, and that'll bring up the left fielder in Lou Helmig. Helmig, the left fielder for today's ball game, 1 for 5 yesterday. He takes a first pitch for a breaking ball for a strike, and the count is 0-1. And now he takes another breaking ball that just misses outside, and the count goes even to 1-1. Starting to say about Helmig, he was 1 for 5 yesterday. He had no homers and an RBI. We chatted a little bit. His father was the manager of Regensburg, also the national team, as there's a fastball swung on. It's grounded over to third, fielded neatly by the third baseman, Reginato, who throws to first, and Helmig's retired on a ground out 5-3. So 2 up and 2 away, and that'll bring up the center fielder in Lucas Dunn. Our friend Gracie Lynn in the chat asks, how many players in this German team have played outside Germany recently? Is it like the Netherlands or Cuba? As I look down the roster, I used to know the European baseball significantly better. There's been a lot of changes on some of the programs. Germans being one, some of their players had retired from the last tournament as fastball misses down and the count is 1-0. You go through waves like that. Here's a pitch that's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 1-1. We talked about Donald Lutz yesterday being the only big leaguer in the German lineup positionally, as there's a fastball that's come inside and it is hit Dunn in the elbow. Whereas elbow padding there, so it's protected, and he is going to make his way down to first base. So that's the first base runner of the ball game. We were talking about, as we mentioned, Lutz playing in the big leagues. Nick Wintren on the pitching staff also has been a big leaguer for the Germans. And then you go down some of the roster, as we mentioned, Summer had pitched in the White Sox organization for 3 seasons. There's a first pitch fastball that is taken for a ball, but they appeal down to the first base umpire, and they say that Baumgart did go, so the count is quickly 0-1. Simon Baumgart, 3 for 3 in yesterday's ball game, a couple of walks. He's moved up into the cleanup spot. A really nice day, and there's the fastball that misses inside, and the count goes to 1-1. So he was one of the recipients of being rewarded as he's moved up in the batting order. The lefty delivers. It is a breaking ball swung on, grounded softly through the 6-hole as it bounds past the glove of the third baseman, Reginato, and it's a base hit for Baumgart. He continues his torrid hitting pace. It's his 4th hit of the tournament. With a single to left field, Dunn advances to second, and that's going to bring up the designated hitter in Sean Larry. So all of the efforts here for the Germans have come with 2 out. Larry yesterday, he was 1 for 3, as he has also driven in a couple of runs. Also reached base a couple other ways as well, with walk and a hit by pitch. So here comes the first pitch to Larry. It's a slow breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. 5'9", 207 pounds is Larry. He's only 33 years old. There's a fastball that misses down, and the count now goes to 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. Larry to be followed by Yannick Walter here, should he reach base. As the lefty delivers again, there's a breaking ball that misses up, and it's going to be 3-0 to Larry. So Sawayama here finding himself some difficulty after retiring the first 2 batters on 4 pitches. Here comes the pitch from the lefty who delivers. It's a fastball taken at the knees for a called strike. Larry started to make his way to first base, but the right hand of the home plate umpire pulled him back. And the pitch on the way, it's a fastball swung on and missed. And now the count goes to 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. The umpires for today's game, Casey James is behind the plate, Tanner Moore at first, Wilfredo Montoya is at second, and Trevor Daniger is the third base umpire. As the lefty kicks and fires, there goes the runners, and it is going to be ball 4 as Larry's going to draw himself a walk. That is going to load the bases, and it's going to bring the youngster Yannick Walter to the plate. It's also going to bring the pitching coach out to the mound to have a word with the left-hander Sawayama, as he doesn't want to let this one get out of hand. Walter was in yesterday's ball game as he got the start for the Germans. He was 0 for 3, was substituted out, but he gets the start today in right field as the Brazilian pitching coach has made his way out there. Have to say, Dante Bichette has a really interesting look. He's got his hair dyed yellow for the tournament here to match the Brazilian colors as well. He's got a long flowing locks like his brother has. Definitely stands out here for the Brazilians. So Walter coming to the plate as the conference is now over. Defensively today for the Brazilians, from left to right field, it is Mascai in left. The center fielder is Maciel, and the right fielder is Ramirez. Around the horn from first to third, Bichette is at first. The second baseman today is Rojo. Ito is at short, and the third baseman is Reginato. The battery of Sawayama and Carmo, and there's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into deep right center field, drifting back at it, and making the catch is Ramirez, and that is going to do it as Walter is going to be retired for the third out of the inning. And that will do it here in inning number 1 for Germany. Well, they threaten, but they don't score as they leave the bases loaded. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 3 left the board. We're now through 1 complete. Your score is Brazil 0 and Germany 0. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a few with all the action. We appreciate you guys for hanging in here with us, and we'll be back in just a couple moments.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city. San Diego, baby. I'll take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's Another Hollis Build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
Welcome back, everybody. It's going to be the heart of the batting order to come to bat here for Brazil in their half of the second inning. That means Dante Bichette, Lucas Rojo, and Gabriel Mascai will come to the plate. Our friend Gracie Lynn asked the question. She says, is this mostly a Major League umpiring crew? And I would say, unless there's been any promotions, none of these are MLB umpires in this one here, at least that I recognize. As you in the Classic in years past, they will sometimes bring international umpires in as well. So here comes the pitch from Summer. It is a fastball that misses down and away to Bichette. The count is 1-0. 13 pitches in the first inning for Summer. As the lefty ready to go here. And he kicks and fires. It is a fastball swung on. It is lifted into straightaway center field, drifting over to his left. And there to make the catch is the center fielder Dunn. And with one up, there is one away here. And that is going to bring up the second baseman, Lucas Rojo. It's kind of hard to believe in some ways that Dante Bichette, who just flew out there, is 32 years old. How time marches on and it waits for no one. Seems like just yesterday that both he and his brother were still young kids. There's a fastball that's taken for a called strike by Rojo, and the count is 0-1. Rojo is 0 for 3 in yesterday's ball game, the 30-year-old. Just a little guy. He stands at 5'6" and 150. Only an inch taller than Jose Altuve, the Venezuelan. As there's a ground ball hit softly over to third. Brink fields it, but it's in foul territory. He threw to first to make the play, but that is going to be a foul ball ruled by the third base umpire, and the count is no balls and 2 strikes to Rojo. In the top of the second inning, Brazil versus Germany in the World Baseball Classic qualifiers. Alexander Schmidt has his scouting report in his back pocket as he's doing a little bit of reading while they wait for the batter to get reset. As here comes the pitch from the lefty. It is a fastball that misses down, and the count is 1-2. I have to say I am impressed with the way that Summer is working here on the mound for the Germans. First time I've had a chance to see the lefty work. As the pitch is on the way, there's a fastball that misses upstairs. The count goes to 2-2. Germany always has a few players. Our friend Gracie Lynn had mentioned earlier in the chat, or had asked earlier in the chat, about current ones on the roster who've had experience or been recently. As there's a breaking ball swung on, his grounded softly over to third, fielded neatly by Brink. He throws to first, and that's going to retire Rojo on a ground out 5-3. Gracie Lynn was asking about players that were in the big leagues, or not big leagues, but in professional baseball over in the United States. I think of some of the players in years past where there was Ludwig Glasser was with the Angels organization. Kai Gronauer had spent time with the Mets. They thought at one time that he would be the first German-trained player to get to the big leagues, but he never got there. It was, of course, Donald Lutz was the first. So that fastball is swung on and missed. Lutz was born in the United States, but raised in Germany. He had a brother who played with the national team as well. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball swung on, tap foul over on the first base side. The count now goes to 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. Lefty Summer ready to go. He rocks himself into the windup and delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 1-2. An early morning wake-up call again today as we had an earthquake on the West Coast, or at least in the Pacific Northwest. That's 2 in the span of about 10 days. Here's the pitch. It is a fastball that misses inside, and the count goes to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Summer didn't like the call there. He thought he got under the hands of the hitter. But the home plate umpire buying none of it. So here's the 2-2 pitch. And there is a fastball that swung on and missed. And Mascai goes in the books. He's gone for the 3rd out of the inning, and that will do it as the Brazilians go in order again here in inning number 2. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left aboard. We're moving to the bottom of the second inning. Your score is Brazil 0 and Germany 0. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a few. We're going to introduce you to our friend Steve Rademacher, as he is going to be with us in this channel here a little bit throughout the day.
This is Steve Rademacher, and I'd like to introduce you to my channel if you haven't seen it before. These are all the things I enjoy: sports, autographs, relics, non-sports Hall of Famers, pseudo-sports, Star Wars. That's my channel name and my name, and I would really appreciate it if you would come check me out and maybe even subscribe if you like it. Thank you for that for now, and back to your ball game.
Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the bottom third of the batting order to come to bat for Team Germany here in their half of the second inning. It'll be Donald Lutz, Vincent Aherns, and Alexander Schmidt, as they will be facing the left-hander Enzo Sawayama for his second inning of work. Donald Lutz yesterday, he reached base every time he came to the plate. He was 1 for 1 with a homer and 2 RBIs as he had sent the ball into the right field bullpen area for the first home run for the Germans. Lutz batting from the left side here against the lefty, and the first pitch is on the way. It is a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Lutz, as we mentioned yesterday, he had made it to the big leagues with the Cincinnati Reds organization there on a couple of occasions, but he was blocked. There was a man named Votto who was in his way. Fastball misses outside, and the count goes to 1-1. So really, technically, the first German-trained player to get to the big leagues, because even though Lutz was born in New York State, raised in Germany, as the pitch is on the way, it's a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count goes to 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. The series is being played in Tucson, a little bit more healthier crowd here today. Or at least we think it's a little bit more healthy today than it was in the other part of the tournament. We just lost our feed for a half a moment as it's 2 balls and 2 strikes here to Lutz. Here comes the pitch. Fastball swung on and missed, and Lutz is down on strikes. He's in the books. It's the first strikeout here for Sawayama, as Lutz in the books for out number 1 here in the second. Will bring up the catcher, Vincent Aherns. So Aherns strides to the plate. He was 0 for 1 in yesterday's ball game, batting from the right side. And the first pitch is a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count is 1-0. I started talking about German players that were in the big leagues, in professional baseball in Europe, and being that the Donald Lutz being one, and then Max Kepler being another, as that fastball misses inside, and the count is 2-0. You look at players that have played professionally. Simon Goering was another one recently who had retired after the last Classic. He is in his late 30s, early 40s. There's a fastball taken for a called strike. It's now 2-1 to Aherns. He was the longtime national team catcher as well. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. On the way, it is a breaking ball that misses upstairs. It's now 3-1 to Aherns. Other players that had spent time professionally over in Europe, there was a pitcher, Tim Henkin-Johan, who was with the Bonn Capitals. He'd spent time in the Twins organization. There's a fastball swung on and missed. The count now is full to Aherns. Our friend Gracie Lynn says the Colombia-Brazil game last night was packed. If not sold out, it was close. Yeah, I wonder if the evening games would be more suitable to crowds. People work in the daytime. There is a decent crowd, or a better crowd here today, as that fastball misses down and away. It's going to be ball 4. That's going to be the second walk issued by Sawayama so far in this one. So Aherns aboard with a walk, and that's going to bring up the shortstop and Alexander Schmidt. Later today, it is going to be Colombia-China at 6 p.m. Mountain Time. For those of you on the West Coast, that would be 5 p.m. or 8 p.m. if you are on the East Coast. I would have to think that the Colombians should be able to take care of the Chinese in that one. With Colombia putting themselves in a position for a potential winner-take-all and go-home game on Thursday against the Germans. As that first pitch fastball misses down to Schmidt, and the count is 1-0. Fastball swung on. This ball's lined in the left field past the glove of the third baseman, Reginato, and it's going to be a single here for Schmidt. And now the Germans have got something brewing here in the bottom of the second inning, and that's going to bring in the top of the order up in Eric Brink. So Schmidt with a base hit. That is his third of the tournament. So getting production from the lower part of the batting order yesterday from the Germans. It was a bit of the theme, and today it is picked up where they left off yesterday. So Schmidt aboard with a single. Ahern's is over at second. That is going to bring Eric Brink to the plate, who is 0 for 1 today. Brink popped out to begin the ball game. He was 0 for 5 in yesterday's game, so 0 for 6 in the tournament. So in some ways, something has to give here. He's either going to continue this streak of poor hitting, or he's going to have to get himself off the schneid here. And Enzo Sawayama here, ready to go again. He is a veteran of the qualifiers, as he had pitched in 2000 and the 22 ones as well. There's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. The count is 0-1. So Sawayama ahead in the count here. 30 pitches already for the left-hander. As Brink waggles the bat, waiting on the offering. Here comes the pitch on the way. It is a fastball that's down. A good stop there by the catcher, Carmo. One thing that Brazil does lead the tournament in is in players named Gabriel. In today's ball game, there are 4 starters. The first name of Gabriel. As they are ready to go again, and the pitch is a breaking ball. Waved at and missed, and the count now goes to 1-2 on Brink. Brink to be followed by Lou Helmig here as the top of the order has the table set for them, for the Germans. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here comes the offering from Sawayama. The pitch is a fastball down. It squirts away from the catcher, Carmo, but he's able to keep it in front of him, not allowing the runner Ahern's to advance. That runs the count to 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Sawayama ready to go again as he works himself to the set position. He checks the runner, now delivers. A slow breaking ball misses way up and away. It's now 3-2 to Brink. That last one floated in at 60 miles an hour. And it reminds me of watching in the Japanese league sometimes when you see the lefties, they throw up a eephus pitch. Zach Greinke used to do that from time to time in Major League Baseball. Throw a muffin up to the plate. So 3 balls and 2 strikes to Brink. Runner at second is Ahern's. Runner at first is Schmidt. 1 gone here in the second inning. If you're just joining us, welcome to the stream. As the lefty kicks and fires, it is a fastball swung on and it's tapped softly foul over to the third base dugout. And this battle will continue as it's still 3-2 to Brink. Beautiful day for baseball in Tucson. High skies yet again today. It seems like there's a little bit more blustery wind as the jerseys are moving in the wind. As the 3-2 pitch ready to go. Here it is. Fastball swung on. This time it's lifted foul down the first base line, and the count remains at 3-2 to Brink. Brazil yet to score a run in 11 innings in the tournament. The Germans, as we said, pounded out a 12 against the Chinese yesterday. And that 12-2 drubbing, as there's a fastball taken for a called third strike at the knees. Oh, Brink stood there like the house by the side of the road, watched it go by. He's gone for the second out of the inning. It's going to leave it all up to Lou Helmig. Get the look at the replay. Brink started to make his way down to first base. We get the look at that. It was not even close. It was a good call by the home plate umpire, well above the knees. So here comes the first offering to Helmig, and it's a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count is 1-0. Helmig 0 for 1 today, 1 for 6 in the tournament. He's got no homers and 1 run driven in. A 21-year-old stands at 6'5", 198 pounds. As the lefty delivers a breaking ball that misses way outside, the count now goes to 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. We'll be back on the airwaves tomorrow again, as we will call the game between China and Brazil. If Brazil loses today and China loses today, that would be a 0-2 matchup. Fastball taken for a called strike, and it would be an elimination event. So 2-1 here to Helmig. They say elimination event is certainly it would be loser would go home in that one. 2-1 on the way. Fastball taken for a called strike. Count now runs even to 2-2 on Helmig. And one would have to think that the Colombians are favored to win this group. And you'd have to think it's going to come down to these two teams, or I would think it would come down to the Germans and the Brazilians in a one-game playoff to see who ends up going through to the Classic. But you still got to play the games, and you never know what's going to happen. There's a breaking ball waved at and missed. Helmig goes down on strikes. So striking out the side in the inning was Sawayama, as that surrounded a walk and a single. So there was no runs in the inning. There was one hit. There was no errors, and there was 2 runners left aboard. The Germans have now left 5 on in the first 2 innings. Your score after 2 complete. We're still locked at 0s, and we'll be back in just a little bit. Appreciate you guys for jumping in with us today on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. It is Brazil, Germany when we return after this. Welcome back, everybody. It's going to be the bottom third of the batting order to come to bat for Brazil here in their top of the third inning. It'll be Carmo, Maciel, and Ito to come to bat here to face the left-hander Summer, who will come on for his third inning of work. Tommy Summer at 25 pitches through the first 2 innings. As we said, we'll keep our eye on how they're going to manage the pitching staff here, both of these teams in the tournament. We do have a bit of a conference going on over at first base, as we're not really sure what is happening here. It looks like there is some sort of a repair going on over by the first base side. And what it looks like is it may be the field here. I would say sometimes the sprinkler heads or where the sprinklers are, as they cover up on the ground where it is, but they've got it cut out, and there's sort of a ring or a circle to where that is at. And that is just in foul territory. So it looks like it's a drain or maybe even a drainage hole. And so they're having some problems with that. So they wanted to address this. What they do is they'll cover it up, and then they put like a turf over the top of it. But we do have a delay as the umpires are over here waiting. Summer was just playing catch there on the in-between, trying to keeping himself loose. So we may take ourselves a little time out. We're going to give you guys some more entertainment, as it was some Japanese highlights or Japanese baseball highlights from the time in Japan. As we said, we do like to do the Japanese stuff late nights, so hopefully you guys can pop in at the end of the month. The season gets going on March 28th. We'll take this 60-second timeout until they can get this field repaired. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back, everybody. We have a slight delay here as they have a sewer drainage cover that has been a bit of a problem over by the first base bag. And so what they have done is they've gone down to the German bullpen. They found another one, and they're going to see if they can pop that into place. And we'll see if that is going to be able to do that. It is an interesting piece as we are waiting here, as it's caused us a little bit of a delay. Just to give you guys a bit of a summary, as our friend Killen Wes is in the house here, and we welcome you to the channel as well today. We got a 0-0 ball game through 2 innings. The Brazilians are coming to bat here in the top of the 3rd. It is the Germans have had a couple of base runners, actually have had 3 base runners in the first inning and 2 in the second, have left 5 stranded in the first 2. They've had a couple of hits, and they haven't been able to capitalize on a couple of walks and hit by pitch. On the flip side, Tommy Sommer, who has got the start for the Germans here today, he has retired all 6 batters he's faced, as he has been very, very good here so far. So the offensively starved Brazilians, who only had 3 hits in last night's affair, are finding it hard to get base hits here against the Germans yet again today. So it looks like the repair is almost over. They've got the sewer hole completed. Now they just got to put the little grass piece on top, and I think we're good to go. Unless they're going to do something else. Let's see if the umpires are in agreement. They've got to do one last little piece. I think that's we're going to be getting going here in just a couple of moments. So that is where we stand right now, with Brazil and Germany locked at 0s waiting in the 3rd inning. But this little piece is there as well. Our friend Killen Wes says, where are these games taking place? This game is being played in Tucson, Arizona. I believe it's the University of Arizona's home field when they are playing as well. So this particular classic qualifier, or this bracket here, the other bracket that we saw a little bit ago was elsewhere, but now we've got Summer walking off of the field. He's going to get a jacket. So it looks like the repair is still not done yet. So he's going to go put the jacket on, and he's going to go have a seat. Our friend Gracie Lynn said she got disconnected and she's got it working again. Well, we're glad to have you back, Gracie Lynn. You haven't missed anything other than we got a bit of a delay. The other bracket in the Classic was played in Taipei. And Chinese Taipei has gone through, as has Nicaragua. They punched their tickets last week into the Classic for 2026. So it looks like they still have a bit of a problem, because the hole that they had, or the piece that they had, still couldn't cover the hole. So Summer has come off the mound, and he's gone, put the jacket on, and into the dugout he goes. And the Germans are all coming off the field. So we have a bit of a delay on our hands here. So that's going to be unfortunate. I'm not sure how long this is going to take. As we said, the delay is on the third base side. Certainly the Germans wearing their black uniforms in Arizona would be a good time for them to get off the field and get back into the dugout to get some shade. Our friend Killen Wes says he'll be doing play-by-play in Roki's first appearance in spring training tomorrow. If that goes well for you there, Killa, as he pops into our channel. Haven't been in to do much. Took a couple months off in the offseason. Once the Premier 12 was done, we decided that we were going to just put our feet up and relax a little bit. We've got some stuff ready for the season upcoming. But we are ready to go again starting on the 28th for the Japanese League. We will sprinkle in some more Major League games. Probably we'll end up doing the games in the middle of the night with the Cubs and the Dodgers when the season begins. So we're looking forward to being able to do some of that stuff as well. But we took a couple months off, just recharge the batteries, because we really want to give it a good one this year here in terms of the number of games. With last week getting 4 under our belt and 3 more here. And, of course, we'd like to try to get well north of 100 this year. I think last year I just fell short of 100 games. This year it's going to be Taiwan in August. We're going to get a chance to get over there, and I'm going to try to get about 3 or 4 different games in Taiwan. As I watched a little bit of the game on the weekend between the Hokkaido Nippon Ham Fighters and the China Trust Brothers. That was kind of neat. And so that would be definitely one of those pieces to be able to see in that area, getting to see the 6 teams in Taiwan. And how they play. The stadiums are not as big, although the Taipei Dome seats about 43,000. So we're looking forward to that as well. If you've just joined us, we're at a delay here as they have some field maintenance that they have to do at the stadium in Tucson, as there is a drain cover that has come loose just on the first base foul line side. So the umpires have stopped the game. The Germans who are on defense have come off the field as they're wanting to make this repair so that nobody gets hurt in playing in this situation. They tried to take another drainage cover from somewhere else, but it is not going to be working at that point. So we've got Germany and Colombia 1-0 through last night's games, Brazil and China at 0-1. And so it is a odd stoppage in the play. That is for certain, but certainly in the infield, it'll be a little bit different than that. So we're going to take another little time out. We'll be back in just a couple of moments. We appreciate you guys for hanging in here with us. It is a delay between Germany and Brazil as they have some field maintenance to do. We'll keep you occupied. We have some of these little pieces or snippets that'll be coming up during our Japanese season. And we'll share that with you here. And we'll be back in a few. Welcome back, everybody. If you're joining us for the Brazil-Germany game, we have a delay right now as there is field work that is happening. And unfortunately, that is what we're dealing with right now, as we have a field maintenance delay right now that is happening in the game. There's a drain cover that had come loose, and they've got all the maintenance staff over. They're looking to try to be able to do it, but the German pitcher has come off the field. Try to get another one to replace it, but unfortunately we have a timeout on our hands here, as that is what they are waiting for here. So as we wait for the repair to be made, both teams are off of the field. They're in the shade. We'll be taking a timeout and trying to entertain you with some of our stuff and catch up on some of the questions that we have as well from our friend Gracie Lynn, as they are trying to get something that is going to cover this here. And it looks like they have success, and they do, and they got a round of applause. So, well, it looks like we're going to get this one back underway here in just a couple moments. We're still going to take time out because Summer's going to have to come out and get some warm-up tosses in. So we'll be back underway here in just a couple moments. Hang tight, everybody.
Hello, this is Eric Fox, formerly of the Oakland A's and Texas Rangers baseball teams. If you want to learn about Japanese baseball, see Coach Fred of Last Raps Baseball. If you want baseball instruction, see Coach Fred. If you want to learn about golf, do not go to Coach Fred. Fred, what kind of club is this?
At Last Raps Baseball, we know baseball. Welcome back, everybody. The Germans are back on the field, and Tommy Summer is out getting his tune-up tosses completed here, as we had that delay with the drainage cover over on the first base side. But the umpires are in agreement that we are good to go. Everything has been taken care of, and the action is about ready to resume here in just a couple moments. It's going to be the 7, 8, and 9 hitters to come to bat for Brazil in their half of the inning. That means Carmo, Maciel, and Ito to come to bat to face Summer. So the 7, 8, and 9 hitters. This will be Carmo's first at-bat of the tournament. He did not see action in the offensive side in yesterday's game. As we mentioned, it was only 3 hits yesterday for the Brazilians, as they are offensively starved so far in the tournament. The Germans, on the other hand, pounded out a pile of hits yesterday and stuck 12 runs on the board against the Chinese to walk them off in 7 innings. And that is where we stand right now. This ball game here is currently going to for the top of the third inning as Summer is just completing his tosses. We'll be ready to get back going again. The Brazilians have a nice uniforms here. They're all whites with the blue and the yellow trim. On top of that, you've got on the other side of the ledger, you got the Germans in their black tops and the white pants. So they are all set, ready to go. Just looking through some of the other notes that we had made through this one here. With the game here today, as we said, if the Germans can knock off Brazil, it really would set up some tantalizing features if the Colombians can take care of China here tonight. So here comes the pitch to the right-handed hitting Carmo as we're back in the live action. It's a fastball that misses outside for ball. The count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes to Carmo. Batting from the right side, the 20-year-old, 5'11", 174 pounds. Waiting on the offering from the lefty Summer, who delivers a breaking ball that misses outside, and the count goes to 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes as we've resumed the action. Bit of an odd delay for sure in this one here, but we're glad some of you who could stick around with us were able to wait it out as the lefty kicks and fires. There is a breaking ball swung on and missed. Count now goes to 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. And you always wonder when you have a bit of a delay like this, how it affects the pitchers, especially the Brazilian pitcher will be in that dugout a little bit longer than they would anticipate. I know in the Japanese league and the Asian leagues, you could throw in front of the dugouts. As a breaking ball misses down, it's now 3-1. And certainly Summer had retired the first 6 batters in a row. He was in pretty good rhythm. We haven't seen him pitch from the stretch yet. I'll check that. It's 2-2. He missed a call on that one there. And there's a fastball taken for a called strike. No, actually, we were correct. It was the scoreboard that's incorrect. Scoreboard has it at 2-2. It was 3-1. Now it's 3 balls and 2 strikes. The scoreboard in Arizona has been much better than the one in Taiwan, as there was a fastball swung on his chop softly over to short, fielded on the run by Schmidt. He throws to first. That's going to be a ground out, 6-3. Carmo goes in the books for the first out of the inning, and that's going to bring up Gabriel Maciel. So as we said, we'll keep our eyes on the Germans today to see how they're going to use Summer. Solbeck burned for the pretty much the whole tournament as he went 85, or actually more than 85 pitches yesterday. But we'll see at the eyes if Yanni Speer will do anything with Summer differently. There's a breaking ball that's taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1 to Maciel. Maciel had showed bunt, but he'd pulled back. 26-year-old stands in at 5'8", 186 pounds. As the lefty kicks and delivers, it's a breaking ball swung on and tapped foul over on the third base side. And the count now goes to 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. Once again, glad that you guys could pop in here with us today as it is Brazil, Germany. In the second games of the Classic, as the batter has asked for time and has stepped out. So no balls, 2 strikes it is to Maciel. Maciel played in the Frontier League this past year. As the pitch is on the way, it's a fastball swung on. It's grounded softly to short. Fielded on the backhand by Schmidt. He fires across the diamond, and that is going to retire Maciel. It's a ground out, 6-3. So 2 up and 2 away, each the same way on ground balls to the shortstop. So some soft hands there shown by Schmidt. And that is going to bring up the shortstop, Victor Ito. So Ito batting from the left side here against the lefty Summer. As Summer getting his sign from Ahearns, kicks and delivers. There is a fastball swung on and missed. And the count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. Again, the lefty ready to go as he rocks and delivers. It is another breaking ball that misses down, and this is 1 ball and 1 strike to Ito. Ito had one of the 3 hits yesterday for Brazil in that game against Colombia. He was 1 for 14 in the 2022 qualifiers as the lefty rocks and delivers. There's a breaking ball that is waved at and missed, and the count now goes to 1-2. So ball and 2 strikes to Ito. Some ways I would look at these hitters and say that they're pretty much overmatched against the Germans. Our friend Gracie Lynn was in yesterday and, wanting to maybe why more teams don't get opportunities to play. And, really some of these ones at the back end where you look at the Brazils and the Chinas of the world, as the breaking ball missed down, it's 2-2. They really will have a hard time competing against some of the other teams. Just don't have enough bullets in the gun. There's a breaking ball waved at and missed. Ito's in the books. That is the 3rd strikeout recorded by Sommer, and that is going to do it here for Brazil in their half of the 3rd innings. So 9 up and 9 retired in a row by the German lefty Sommer. Your score as we move to the bottom of the 3rd, it is Brazil 0 and Germany 0. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a bit. Appreciate you guys for hanging in here with us on the Last Drops Baseball YouTube channel. Here is our friend Steve Rademacher.
Hello, guys. Thank you for joining Freddie here on his baseball game. And I'm Steve Rademacher, and my channel is really all about everybody, including all my international friends. We have such stuff as non-sport packs from Canada, the OP Cheese. We have the Greek Freak. We have money from around the world. We have lira. We have yen. We have francs. We have pounds. We have Deutschmarks. We have all kinds of cool stuff like that. We even have some cooler things like Japanese women wrestlers and OPC baseball cards where I cannot read the back. We even have unopened material like the royal family, I know it's backwards, from London, England. Thank you for watching. Back to Freddie.
Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the 3, 4, and 5 hitters to come to bat for Germany here against the starter Enzo Sawayama. That'll be Dunn, Baumgart, and Larry. Our friend Gracie Lynn. Just check it in to make sure that you're paying attention there, Gracie Lynn, to get you all fired up and keep you going. But that being said, as we were talking about yesterday in the games, I was thinking about one of those opportunities. There was a number of years ago, the World University Games were held in, I believe, in Singapore. And Singapore had a team in the tournament, and they were getting shellacked like 27-1 or 2 by the Cubans, and different ways. So in some ways, you do have a point, because if you want to build the game, what you're going to have to do is you're certainly going to have to be able to do it. Oh, we have a time count violation on the pitcher to start the inning. So we'll quickly add a ball to the count here to Lucas Dunn, who's leading it off. 1 ball and no strikes to begin. As the pitch is on the way, it's a breaking ball missing down, and now it goes to 2-0. And my point being is that what you have is you've got some of these teams, there's just such a huge spread, but at the same point, you do want to be able to show that there is an opportunity to play the game against some of these countries, as the fastball is lifted to center field and Dunn is going to fly out for the first out of the inning. But at the same point in time, they also have to pick up the quality and the standard of their play. I think of countries in Europe like Ireland and Slovakia and some of the other ones that are even further down the pool. Bulgaria, yeah, they do play in places, but they don't play a whole lot. And it is a big discrepancy when you have to play the Italians and the Dutch and so on and so forth. There was a fastball taken for a called strike. Count is 0-1 to Baumgart. Baumgart in the tournament, 4 for 4. He was 3 for 3 yesterday, and he had a single his first time up. And he swings at that one and fouls it off down the third base line, and now he's in the hole at 0-2. And Gracie makes the point, if they can never play, people there will never want to play, and that's you have to have that as well. Fastball misses up and away, and the count's 1-2. You have to be able to give them something to be able to play for. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fastball swung on and lifted foul down the right field line. Count is 1-2. It remains. And certainly with the amount of people that are in India and some of those countries there, I know cricket's a big thing. They wouldn't be able to get baseball to take place as that breaking ball misses down. Count is 2-2. Even in Great Britain, with the people that play cricket, you would think that you might be able to extract some of those guys and to be able to play some baseball or transfer them over. There was a fastball swung on and missed. And Bumgart, who has been a tough man to get out in the tournament, is gone for the second out of the inning. It's going to bring up the designated hitter, Sean Larry. So 51 pitches already for the lefty Sawayama. As the lefty kicks and delivers, there's a slow breaking ball taken for a called strike. Count is 0-1. So our friend Gracie Lynn said she was actually thinking about it after the game yesterday. And she has some more solutions and ideas. This is great. As Larry here waits on the offering, it's a fastball taken for a called strike. The count now goes to 0-2. 2 gone here in the last half of the third. We are locked at zeros between Brazil and Germany. As the lefty kicks and fires, it's a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count goes to 1-2. Ball and 2 strikes. Germany and Brazil going at it here in the World Baseball Classic qualifiers. As the pitch is a fastball taken for a called third strike. And Larry is in the books. He's stood there doing some excessive window shopping. He's gone for out number 3. And that is going to be it here in inning number 3 for the Germans. So a third of the game's in the books, and we are back to where we started. It is a 0-0 ball game between Brazil and Germany. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left the board in the third. We'll be back in just a few with all the action. Top of the fourth is just around the corner. And our friend Gracie Lynn is going to be rolling out some ideas. Appreciate you guys for hanging in here with us today on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. Right back after this.
Oh, hello. Oh, hey. Yep. I'm just sitting here listening to Freddie call another game here on YouTube. Oh, yeah, going really good. He's calling a great game. Really exciting. Lots of stuff going on. You're lucky it's commercial break right now. I got a second. Oh, yeah, of course I'm having a cold one. Oh, yeah, I got plenty of videos coming up this week. You should stop in, check them out, leave a like, tell other people. But, Freddie's coming back. I got to go catch the game. I will check in with you later. You have a good night, buddy. Bye.
Welcome back, everybody. It looks like the Germans are going to the bullpen. They are going to be calling on a right-hander. So that is the first card that has been tipped. It looks like Summer will probably be used again a little bit later on in the tournament, more than likely if needed in a elimination game at the back end. Looks like they've got Steffi Graf and Andre Agassi in the house. Jaden Agassi is the son of theirs, who is on the German national team. And we do have a pitching change. It is going to be Jaden Agassi coming in to pitch. So both Steffi Graf and Andre Agassi looking on here to see how their son is going to do in the German uniform. So the right-hander on in relief of Tommy Summers. So Agassi delivers the first pitch. It's a fastball that misses outside for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. It's the top of the order who he's going to be facing. It's going to be Gomes, Ramirez, and Reginato. As the fastball is taken for a called strike, and the count goes even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Right-hander again kicks and fires. It's a breaking ball that goes all the way to the backstop, and the count now goes to 2-1. So Agassi had played his college ball at the University of Southern California. As the right-hander rocks into the windup and delivers, there's a fastball that just misses outside. It's now 3-1 to Gomes. So 3 balls and 1 strike. I'm sure that his heart rate is pumping madly. And there's a fastball that misses down for ball 4, and Gomes is aboard with a walk. That's the first base runner here for the Brazilians. So the 23-year-old, the 6'3" right-hander, issues a free pass, and that will bring up the right fielder Lucas Ramirez to the plate. Ramirez is 0 for 1 today. He grounded back to the pitcher his first time up. As he steps in here, ready to face. He's batting from the left side. Pitch on the way. It is a fastball swung on it. Bounds through the right side of the infield, through the 4-hole into right field. And rounding second and heading to third and reaching safely is going to be Gomes as he goes first to third on that one. So the first hit of the ball game here for the Brazilians has got runners on the corners. Boy, they were probably really happy to see Summer leave the ball game. So Ramirez is on with the first hit for the Brazilians, and it's going to bring Leonardo Reginado to the plate. So really, the Germans had squandered some opportunities back in that first couple innings, stranding 5 runners aboard. As Agassi ready to deliver, he delivers a breaking ball that is waved at and missed, and the count is quickly 0-1. Reginado struck out looking his first time up. He is 0 for 1 in this one. Our friend Gracie Lynn says maybe they could play a Asian-type tournament. I know that in the Oceanic region they do that. That'd be like Australia, Saipan, Guam, New Zealand. As that breaking ball is swung at and tapped foul, and the count is now 0-2 to Reginado. So Agassi looking to dig himself out of a hole here. 6'3", 220-pound right-hander. As he comes to the set, now kicks and fires. It's a fastball that's down. A nice block there by the catcher. Here comes the runner as the ball got away, and it's going to be a wild pitch that's going to score the Brazilians their first run of the ball game, as Gomes is going to come in to score on the wild pitch. And Brazil takes a surprising early 1-0 lead here against the Germans on base on one hit. And Ramirez wasn't able to advance to second base. I think if I was Ramirez, I would have probably taken my chances to draw the throw because the concentration was on the runner scoring from third. As that fastball misses outside, it's now 2-2 to Reginado. So Agassi not pitching like Summer was, that's for sure. And here's the 2-2 pitch on the way. It's a fastball swung on and lifted foul down the right field line, and the count is 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. World Baseball Classic qualifiers from Tucson as the Germans are playing the Brazilians as Agassi delivers. It's a fastball down in the dirt. And I got to say, I think it's time to get the bullpen going if you're the Germans, because this is Agassi. His heart has got to be just racing. He has spiked about 3 or 4 pitches so far in this one. So here comes the 3-2 pitch as the right-hander ready again, kicks and fires. Fastball misses down. It's going to be ball 4. Reginado is going to get himself a base on balls. Ramirez is going to advance to second. One would have to think you got to get the pitching coach to the mound and the bullpen going. I don't know what the plans for the Germans would be, but here comes the catcher and the pitching coach as they're going to have a few words with the young right-hander. Got to go out and attack the hitters here. That is the end of that conversation. It was pretty quick and direct. So that's going to bring Dante Bichette to the plate. Bichette 0 for 1 today, 0 for 4 in the tournament. As Dante Bichette has got the start at first base in this one here for Brazil. As the first pitch coming here from the right-hander as he kicks and fires. It's a fastball swung on, taps softly to second. They go to second for 1. Oh, boy. Not a great throw there by the second baseman of the Germans. Baumgart almost took Schmidt off the base, but it's going to be a fielder's choice. It is going to retire Reginado at second. It goes in the books as a 4-6 fielder's choice. Ramirez is safe at third. Bichette safe at first. And it's going to bring up the second baseman, Lucas Rojo, to the plate. So for Rojo, he steps in, and the first pitch from Agassi is a fastball swung on. It is lifted into deep left center field. This ball is going to be trouble. It's going to get down, and it's going to get off the wall. Scoring easily from third is the runner Ramirez. And racing it back into the infield, but stopping at third is going to be Bichette. So Rojo's got himself a double. And just like that, the Brazilians have put a couple of runs on the board. RBI double by Rojo has scored Ramirez, advancing Bichette to third. And out of nowhere, Brazil here, 2 runs quickly on the board, and it's going to be Gabriel Mascai coming to the plate. I'm just taking a look at our friend Gracie Lynn. She says she saw on Twitter that this game, Brazil and Germany, SI being nationally televised, or is being nationally televised on the second biggest sports station in Germany today, as that fastball is swung on it, is lined into right field. It's going to get down for a base hit. It squirts away from the right fielder, Walter. He picks it up and he fires it back in. But the Brazilians continue to put runs on the board as Bichette scores. Stopping at third scoring also is Rojo on the single here by Mascai, and it is now a 4-0 lead here for Brazil. So 2 RBI single there off the bat of Mascai, bringing home Bichette and Rojo. And so Carmo stepping to the plate now he is 0 for 1 today. So Agassi has brought his gasoline can to the mound, soaked it, lit it on fire, and he's absolutely getting torched right now. There's a breaking ball that misses down. Count is 1-0. And so you got to say, what is going on in the German bullpen? And this has got to be, one would have to think, if he doesn't get Carmo out, he's got to be done for the night. Pitch on the way. Fastball misses inside, and it makes Carmo skip out of the way, and it's now 2-0. And they do finally have a left-hander up and throwing in the bullpen. Do the Germans. And that might be already too little too late, because 4-run deficit here. Here's the pitch. And Carmo squares to bunt, and he bunts that one foul over on the first base side. He picked up the number. It looks like it is Jordan Martinson up and throwing, and I believe Martinson pitched in yesterday's game, the left-hander. And he did indeed. So Martinson up and throwing in the bullpen. Here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball. It's bunted back to the pitcher. Agassi fields it. He throws to first. Goes in the books as a sacrifice. 1-3. That's the second out of the inning. But advancing into scoring position is Mascai. So 2 gone here, and it's going to leave it all up to the center fielder, Gabriel Maciel. So a 4-0 lead here for Brazil, as the catcher Aherns is coming out to the mound to have a word with his pitcher, and Yanni Speer is out of the dugout. And he has seen enough, as we're going to have ourselves a pitching change. So not the day that Jaden Agassi wanted. Is going to be Jordan Martinson coming on in relief. We're going to take a couple moments here to have a little break and refresh our drink. We'll be right back after this. It is going to be Jordan Martinson on in relief. We'll be right back after this.
Hello, everybody. Steve Rodmacher coming back at you again. And during this pitching change, for a change of pace, let's open some baseball cards. We'll get through these quickly. 2023 Topps Big League. We have rookie card of Tyler Freeman to go along with a Matt Chapman. And why not a Jake Cronenworth? Shoot 'em, Jake! We do have a rookie card of Brett Beatty. That's pretty cool. To go along with the uncommon Carlos Correa. Pretty common to me, but what do I know? Trey Mancini to go along with a rookie of Kodai Senga. Freddie, tell them about Kodai. And one of my favorites, Devin Williams of my Milwaukee Brewers. All right, looks like the pitcher's coming in. Freddie, you can take over now.
Appreciate you there, Steve. It is going to be Jordan Martinson coming on in relief. He appeared in yesterday's ball game, working 2/3 of an inning, allowing 1 hit and hitting a batter. So he is taking over here for Jaden Agassi, who came in and had a rough outing. He is still responsible for the runner at second base. Agassi had allowed 4 runs on 3 hits. He'd also issued a couple of walks. So not a outing that he is going to want to remember by any stretch. It is the 8th batter to come to the plate in the inning as Maciel will step up here. He is grounded out to the shortstop in the 3rd inning. He's 0 for 1 in this one. And the pitch from Martinson's a fastball that misses up and away, and the count is 1-0. So you go from Summer, who was pitching a absolute gem. They made the decision that they were going to go into the bullpen, but I'm sure that isn't quite what they had in mind. And you have to think that Summer will be coming back in the 2-3 game later on in the week. So that fastball misses upstairs. Count now goes to 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. Could you imagine if China knocked off Colombia tonight, what that would do for the tournament? It would turn everything on its ears. There was a fastball swung on. This ball is hooked foul down the left field line. It's going to reach the berm down the left field. That is going to run the count now to 2-1 on Maciel. So 2 balls and 1 strike. As the lefty Martinson kicks and fires, fastball misses down, and the count goes to 3-1. Just way too many pitches not for strikes all around the zone right now. So here comes the 3-1 offering. As the pitch is on the way, it's a breaking ball swung on and grounded foul over on the third base side. Count is 3-2. Yeah, you were talking about why New Zealand doesn't say merge with Australia for baseball. One of the things that New Zealand has its national team program. They actually had a lot of major leaguers down there that were working with that program. At one point, they had Chris Woodward, who was the manager of the Texas Rangers. He was managing the New Zealand side. There's a fastball that misses down in the dirt, and it squirts away from the catcher, Ahearns, making his way down to first, but holding at second is the runner. So Maciel gets a walk off of Martinson here, and this is going to bring Victor Ito to the plate. So a 6-pitch walk issued to Maciel as Ito steps in. Ito 0 for 1 today. He struck out his first time up as he swings through a fastball, and the count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. And here you go. The throwback to the pitcher trickles away from the pitcher, makes everybody get on their toes. Friend Gracie Lynn says, where did Martinson pitch recently? I feel like I saw him pitch before. There's a fastball taken for a called strike, and now he's way ahead in the count at 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. As the lefty kicks and fires again, it's a slow breaking ball taken for a called 3rd strike. And that is going to do it here for the Brazilians in their half of the 4th. But damage done and lots of it. 4 runs in the inning for Brazil on the benefit of 3 hits. There was no errors, and there were 2 runners left aboard. A crooked number indeed on the board here for the Brazilians. As your score here as we go to break, it is Brazil 4 and Germany no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments. Appreciate you guys for hanging in here with us today on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. We'll be back in just a bit.
Well, you got to have an ace in the hole, a little secret that nobody knows. Life is a gamble, a game we all play, but you've got to save something for a rainy day. You've got to learn to play your cards right if you expect to win in life. Don't put it all on the line for just one roll. You've got to have an ace in the hole.
Welcome back, everybody. It's a 4-0 lead here for the Brazilians as we are just taking a quick peek, our friend Gracie Lynn was asking questions about Jordan Martinson. Jordan Martinson, he is one of the Americans that are on the German team. He is born in Bedford, Texas, the 27, soon to be 28-year-old. Played his college ball at Dallas Baptist. And he had spent time in the Dodgers organization for a little bit. But then after that, he has made his way down to Australia, and he has played in the American Association for Kansas City and Kane County. So that is what he is doing. The lefty Sawayama staying in the ballgame. We would have thought he might have been left for dead early in the game, but he has really settled down as the first pitch is taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1. He has retired 5 German hitters in a row after struggling in the first 2 innings, leaving the bases loaded and 2 runners aboard in the second. As the lefty ready to go as he works himself to the set. Here comes the pitch. Fastball swung on it, is popped up on the first base side of home plate. Moving over underneath it is the catcher. And it is going to be Carmo who's going to be able to haul that one in. And Walter is gone for the first out of the inning. So 1 up and 1 away, and that'll bring up the first baseman, Donald Lutz. And for Lutz, he is 0 for 1. He struck out his first time up. Batting from the left side here against the left-handed throwing Sawayama. It's a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count is 1-0. Lutz is a big fella here. He stands in, waiting on the offering from the lefty who delivers. It is a fastball that is swung on and fouled away, and the count goes to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Gracie Lynn said, must have saw him on the ABL highlight package then. Yeah, it was a couple of years ago. He was down in Australia. And there's a fastball that's come inside and hit Lutz. And so he is going to be aboard on the hit by pitch. And that is what the Germans need. They need some base runners. It's going to bring Vincent Aherns to the plate, who walked his first time up. Gracie Lynn says, Dallas Baptist D2. Dallas Baptist actually was an NAIA program for many years, and they are now a NCAA Division I program. And they have produced a lot of talent over the years that has got to the big league level. There's a first pitch fastball that swung on and missed, and the count is quickly 0-1 to Aherns. If I remember correctly, I think the pitcher Cy Sneed, who pitched for the Occult Swallows for the last few seasons, I believe he was a Dallas Baptist graduate as well. There's a breaking ball that misses outside. That is just off the top of my head. 1 ball and 1 strike. I'd have to look up Sneed just to double check, but I'm pretty sure he was Dallas Baptist as that pitch is fouled away, and the count now is 1 ball and 2 strikes to Aherns. And he was indeed Dallas Baptist with Sneed, so my memory serves me correctly. When you look at players that have come from Dallas Baptist over the years, Cody Funderburk, who was with the Minnesota Twins, was the latest to get to the big leagues. There's a breaking ball waved at and missed, and Aherns is down on strikes. Gone for the second out of the inning, and it's going to leave it up to the shortstop, Alexander Schmidt. Other players that have got to the big leagues, Derek Hall, who was with the Phillies, he's been up and down over the last couple of years. Names that people may know, Chance Adams was with the Yankees. As the pitch is on the way, it's a fastball that backs Schmidt off of the plate for ball 1. Count is 1-0. Ryan Goins, who was with the Toronto Blue Jays, he was a backup infielder. He was a Dallas Baptist player. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is now 2-0. He had more than a cup of coffee. He had almost 550, just over 550 games in the big leagues. Ben Zobrist, who I believe recently retired with the Cubs. He was originally a draft pick of the Houston Astros. He had spent time over 10 seasons in the bigs. Pitch on the way, breaking ball down. Nice stop there by the catcher Carmo. The count now goes to 3-0 on Schmidt. So 3 balls and no strikes. Lou Ford, who was drafted originally by the Boston Red Sox, he had spent time at Dallas Baptist, and then we're starting to go back certainly well before in the 90s and 80s, and there's also players that were there as well. There's a fastball taken for a called strike. Count goes to 3-1 on Schmidt. But when you look at the number of minor leaguers that they produced, there's been all kinds of guys, tons of players drafted out of Dallas Baptist. And as we said, they were an NAIA organization or school up until about 10 years ago. Fastball misses upstairs. Schmidt's aboard with a walk. That's going to put runners at first and second with 2 gone. And it's going to bring the top of the order in Eric Brink to the plate. So Sawayama, who is the starter here, obviously it's the goal of Brazil. You would think that they're going to burn him now. He's at 69 pitches. He's got 85 that he can throw, and I would think that they're going to burn him out here. But they are going to have a visit to the mound. I don't think that I would be shocked if they were going to be making a change. There's the pitching coach that is out here to talk to Sawayama and to give his infield some instructions. 69 total pitches, 38 for strikes. So it's not been a great afternoon in terms of a strike percentage. Not even at 60%. They do have more action up now in the Brazilian bullpen. Another left-hander up, not really throwing, just kind of mulling around a little bit. So it looks like that ought to tip the card. Another lefty, and they've even got another lefty throwing down there as well. So the Brazilian lefties. But it's Eric Brink who comes to the plate. 0 for 2 today. 0 for 7 in the tournament. And what a time for him to be able to break out would be right here if you're a German fan. And the pitch on the way is a fastball that misses down, and the count now goes to 1-0. Gracie Lynn said there was a Hall pitcher who threw in the Caribbean Series last year, AAA. Well, the one I was talking about was Derek Hall, who was the first baseman for the Phillies. He was called up when Harper was hurt. So 2 balls and no strikes as that fastball misses inside. So Brink in a good hitting spot here. Lefty kicks and delivers. A fastball misses up. It's now 3-0 to Brink. Waiting on deck is Lou Helmig. As the lefty ready to go again. Again, Sawayama ready to go. Here comes the 3-0 pitch. Fastball misses upstairs. It's ball 4. So Brink is going to reach base for the first time in the tournament with a 2-out walk. It's going to load the bases. Advancing over to third is Lutz. Alexander Schmidt is the runner at second. Bases are full of Germans. And it looks like that is going to be the end of the rope here for Sawayama, as they have a left-hander who will possibly be coming in. Now time is called. Home plate umpire is stopped as Helmig was in the box ready to hit. But they're going to make themselves a pitching change, and we're going to take ourselves a timeout. 4-0 Brazil. Germany has the bases loaded here in the 4th inning. They're looking to do some damage, and we're going to be back in just a couple of moments. We appreciate you guys for hanging in here with us today on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. We'll bring it back to our friend Steve Rademacher once again, as he'll keep you entertained for all your pitching change needs.
Hello, everybody. Steve Rademacher come back at you again. And during this pitching change, for a change of pace, let's open some baseball cards. We'll get through these quickly. 2023 Topps Big League. We have rookie card of Tyler Freeman to go along with a Matt Chapman. And why not a Jake Cronenworth? Shoot 'em, Jake! We do have a rookie card of Brett Beatty. That's pretty cool. To go along with the uncommon Carlos Correa. Pretty common to me, but what do I know? Trey Mancini to go along with a rookie of Kodai Senga. Freddie, tell them about Kodai. And one of my favorites, Devin Williams of my Milwaukee Brewers. All right, looks like the pitcher's coming in. Freddie, you can take over now.
Welcome back, everybody. It's going to be Oscar Nakayoshi coming in to replace Enzo Sawayama. So more Japanese connections here to the Brazilians as they are going to their bullpen here. So two left-handers to face the Germans. And so Nakayoshi on in relief. So Helmig coming to bat here with the bases full. He is 1 for 7 in the tournament. He's got no homers and an RBI. So Helmig in a position here. Nakayoshi, the 33-year-old, 5'11" lefty on in relief, facing the big fella here. So here comes the first offering to Helmig, and it is a breaking ball that misses upstairs for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. Helmig today has grounded to third, and he has struck out his 2 trips to the plate as he waits here on the offering from the lefty. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball misses down and away, and the count now goes to 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes to Lou Helmig. Again, the lefty rocks and delivers. It's a fastball that just misses off the outside corner. 3-0 now to Helmig, and Helmig has asked for time as he's going to step out of the batter's box. So Germany looking to get a run on the board here, as the reliever Nakayoshi has not thrown a strike yet. Here comes the 3-0 offering to Helmig. Pitch on the way. It is a fastball that just misses low. It's going to be ball 4. And Helmig is going to get himself a walk. Advancing to second is Brink. Advancing to third is Schmidt. And in with the first German run of the ball game is Lutz. And that has then cut the lead to 4-1. And it's going to bring up the center fielder, Lucas Dunn. So Dunn, arguably the most dangerous hitter in the lineup, or certainly him and Simon Baumgart running back-to-back here. Dunn was hit by a pitch and flew out to center field today. He was 2 for 4 in yesterday's game, knocking in a pair. So here comes the first pitch, and it is a breaking ball waved at and missed. It looked like he swung at ball 1. So no balls and 1 strike. Dunn, the 25-year-old, very aggressive. Waiting on the pitch here from the lefty who delivers. It's a breaking ball swung on, and it's hit foul. Oh, just barely down the first base line. He just missed. If that ball would have stayed fair, that would have brought 2 in for sure, and maybe even a third, depending on how Helmig can get around the bases. So Brazil very fortunate on that one. So no balls and 2 strikes. Here comes the pitch. On the way, it's a fastball down. Oh, that's a nice stop there by DeCarmo. Runs the count to 1-2 to Dunn. So the left-hander leaning in, getting his sign. And now he works to the set. Here comes the pitch. And it's a fastball rolled over to the shortstop. Ito fields it. He goes to second, and that is going to do it, as Helmig's going to be erased on a fielder's choice, 6-4. And that will do it here for the Germans in their half of the 4th inning. But they get a run back in the inning. They got 1 run on the benefit of no hits. There was no errors, and there was 3 runners left aboard. Your score, as we are now through 4 complete, it is Brazil 4 and Germany 1. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the 5th inning when we return after this. Appreciate you guys for being with us on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city. San Diego, baby. I take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's another Hollis build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the top of the order coming up here. It's going to be Gomes, Ramirez, and Reginato, as they're going to be facing the lefty Martinson, who's on for another inning of work. Our friend Gracie Lynn says Mike Moustakas is officially retired. He's going to do a retirement ceremony with the Royals on May 31st. Yeah, Moustakas bounced around a little bit. I think he was with Cincinnati, and I forget who else he was with after he left the Royals. Best years, obviously, with Kansas City during that run. There's a first pitch breaking ball that gets over for a called strike. Count is 0-1 to Gomes. Gomes got the party started in the last half inning when he walked and scored a run to open up the scoring for Brazil. He is 0 for 1 in this one as that breaking ball misses outside and the count goes even to 1-1. 0 for 5 in the tournament. Brazil does have 3 hits in this ball game, which would match their total from yesterday's game. Fastball just misses outside. Now 2-1 to Gomes. So 2 balls and a strike. Lefty holding set. Now kicks and fires. Breaking ball misses down, and the count goes to 3-1. Gracie Lynn says, off topic, are we going to be going to see the Caps? Nope, nothing for the next couple of weeks. Not in the evening. Still got some programming to wrap up. Fastball taken for a called strike. The count now goes full. Yeah, Killen says he might have finished off with the Angels. As the pitch is a breaking ball. Waved at and missed, and that is going to do it. As Gomes goes down on strikes, he's in the books for the first out of the inning, and that'll bring up Lucas Ramirez to the plate. Killen says he's might have finished with the Angels, and he had a great podcast with Hosmer and Digging Deep. I think for some reason in my mind, Moustakas also had a stop in Colorado. I'd have to go back and look him up, but he bounced around a little bit. Fastball that misses inside, and the count is quickly 1-0 to Ramirez. The 19-year-old Ramirez is 1 for 2 today. He's singled and scored a run his last time up. As the pitch on the way is a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count now goes to 2-0. I have to do a look up here if this is one of the Manny's kids who played for the Victoria Harbor Cats. He had his boys playing in the West Coast Collegiate Summer League, but I don't know if it's the same brother or if it is one of the ones that's there as well. So 2 balls and 1 strike here. As the pitch is a breaking ball that swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 2-2 to Ramirez. Killa says he played with the White Sox. Similar Rockies colors. Yeah, not very good as well. Here's the pitch. There's a breaking ball that just missed it down. And that is going to run the count to 3-2 on Ramirez. Interesting that Manny Ramirez in the seats watching his son play. There's a fastball swung on, and it's grounded softly down the first base line. Martinson fields it, and he's going to win the race to the bag. Ramirez not able to accomplish much there. And Manny goes back in behind the luxury boxes. That's going to go down as a ground out to 1 because Martinson took it himself. So 2 up and 2 away. And that is going to bring up the third baseman, Reginato. So Killen West says, yeah, I did play for the Rockies. I don't know if it was a long stretch with the Rocks or not. I think he had been picked up. And, surprisingly, I would have thought that the Rocks might have been a decent stop for him. So that brings Reginato to the plate, but it's also going to bring the manager out of the dugout, as Yanni Speer is going to be taking out Martinson. And that is going to be the end of the day for him, as Ramirez, we said, grounded out back to the pitcher for the second out. So he faces 4 batters, walked 1, gets 1 inning under his belt. Martinson's day is done. He's also going to be done for the next day in the tournament, which is tomorrow, because you can't pitch 3 days in a row. That's one of the rules. So he is going to be finished in this one. We do have a pitching change. We'll get that for you when we come back in just a moment. But it is 4-1 for Brazil. We're in the top of the 5th. We'll be right back after this. Again, from our friend Steve Rademacher. Be sure after the game to go check him out. Appreciate you guys for being here.
Hello, everybody. Steve Rademacher coming back at you again. And during this pitching change, for a change of pace, let's open some baseball cards. We'll get through these quickly. 2023 Topps Big League. We have rookie card of Tyler Freeman to go along with a Matt Chapman. And why not a Jake Cronenworth? Shoot 'em, Jake! We do have a rookie card of Brett Beatty. That's pretty cool. To go along with the uncommon Carlos Correa. Pretty common to me, but what do I know? Trey Mancini to go along with a rookie of Kodai Senga. Freddie, tell them about Kodai. And one of my favorites, Devin Williams of my Milwaukee Brewers. All right, looks like the pitcher's coming in. Freddie, you can take over now.
Appreciate you there, Steve, and the support you give to our channel. We've got Sven Schuler now on the mound, a right-hander coming in here for the Germans, 29-year-old, 6'3" right-hander on in relief. So he will take over for Martinson, whose day is done. And the first pitch is a breaking ball that misses for ball 1. Count is 1-0. So Sven Schuler on the mound. Right-hander kicks and delivers. It is a fastball taken for a called strike. He has a side-winding type action. It is a rather interesting type delivery. You see that sometimes in some other countries that they have. He is very, I wouldn't even call it low 3/4 as a breaking ball backs Regginato off of the plate. Count is now 2-1. Why was Moustakas in a White Sox uniform? Well, he was actually signed by the White Sox in 2024 and released in spring training. So there's a fastball swung on. This ball is hooked down the left field line, and it is going to go foul. And the count now is 2 balls and 2 strikes to Regginato. So that's probably why when you saw him in the White Sox uniform, Killenwes, you would have saw that as well. I'm not sure that the Rocks would be the Rocks would definitely be a surprise team this year. They got no pitching. There's a fastball swung on it. It's chopped back to the pitcher. Schuler fields it. He underhand flips it to first, and that is going to do it. It's going to go as a ground out 1-3 for the 3rd out of the inning. So Schuler comes in. He does his job as he's able to retire Regginato, and the Brazilians go in order. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left the board. We're now moving to the bottom of the 5th. We're halfway through this one. Your score is Brazil 4, Germany 1. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back here in just a few. Appreciate you guys for being here on the Last Wraps Baseball YouTube channel. We're going to give you another one with our friend Steve, as it'll keep you entertained as well.
Oh, hello. Oh, hey. Yep. I'm just sitting here listening to Freddie call another game here on YouTube. Oh, yeah, going really good. He's calling a great game, really exciting, lots of stuff going on. You're lucky it's commercial break right now. I got a second. Oh, yeah, of course I'm having a cold one. Oh, yeah, I got plenty of videos coming up this week. You should stop in, check them out, leave a like, tell other people. But, Freddie's coming back. I got to go catch the game. I will check in with you later. You have a good night, buddy. Bye.
Appreciate you there, Steve, and the support you give to our channel. In turn, we support Steve Rademacher. Be sure after the game to go check him out, as he's got all kinds of crazy, wild, and wacky things on his channel. It is Nakiyoshi who is coming back out onto the mound again, as he had come on in relief of Sawayama. As I said, a little surprised. They burned Sawayama. I would have thought they might have rolled him right out to 85 pitches. He wasn't exactly the sharpest, but he was effective at the end. 3 2/3 innings, only 2 hits, 1 run, struck out 6 and walked 4 on his stat line. So coming up to bat here, it is going to be Baumgart, Larry, and Walter, the 4, 5, and 6 hitters, the heart of the batting order for the Germans, as they have to start chipping away here at this lead. Brazil was basically gifted a 4-run lead in that inning. Fastball taken for a called strike. It came out of nowhere. No offense, not much going on, and all of a sudden, boom. They jumped them for 4 runs. There's a breaking ball that misses outside, and the count is 1-0 to Baumgart. Baumgart 1 for 2 today, a single and 2 trips. As they have some entertainment going on in the stands, there's a breaking ball that is lifted foul down the right field line, and the count now goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Baumgart 4 for 5 in the tournament. As the pitch is a breaking ball chopped over to the third base side, fielded on the run. And they're not going to be able to beat Baumgart, as his speed's going to be able to do it. The third baseman, Reginato, he was playing deep. He had to charge in to come and get the ball, but Baumgart's going to get himself another hit, his 5th of the tournament. He has lived on the base paths here in this one. That is going to bring up the designated hitter, Sean Larry. I was saying earlier today, it was a 5 a.m. wake-up call. We had an earthquake here on the West Coast last night. I know my friend Gracie Lynn down in Costa Rica is probably snickering. They get those on a regular basis with all the volcanic activity. Fastball is taken for a called strike by Larry. Larry 0 for 1 today, struck out and walked in his 2 trips. As there's a breaking ball that misses inside, and the count goes even to 1-1. Kellen West says, yeah, since the delay, the game has been moving along. As there's a fastball that is taken for a called strike, and the count now goes to 1-2. Actually was moving along before the delay as well, as I don't think there was much going on. There's a breaking ball taken for a called third strike. Larry does a 180 and walks straight back to the dugout. He's gone for the first out of the inning, and that's going to bring up the right fielder, Yannick Walter. So Larry must have been thinking something else. Yeah, I think they said it registered, I want to say 4 I saw different ones, 4.1 or 4.5 on the Richter scale. As the fastball is taken for a called strike, count is 0-1 to Walter. Walter 0 for 5 in the tournament, the 20-year-old. As the pitch is on the way, it's a breaking ball swung on. It's grounded through the 4-hole into right field. That's a base hit. And stopping at second is going to be Baumgart. So now the Germans have got something going yet again here, as that's going to bring Donald Lutz to the plate. With singles here in the inning, Lutz stepping to the dish, 0 for 1. But he does have a run scored and a hit by pitch, as he's got the only run of the ball game at this point. Gracie Lynn says she's more concerned when they don't get a shake every couple of days. Yeah, I bet. There's a first pitch breaking ball swung on and missed by Lutz, and the count is 0-1. You would have to think here this is an opportunity, especially with this hitter at the plate, to try to be able to do some damage here for the Germans. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Pitch on the way. Breaking ball swung on and missed, and now the count goes to 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. Yeah, well, we had one about 10 days ago that registered north of 5 on the Richter scale, and it went on for came in a wave. It came in a wave of 3. It was hard, and then it settled down, and it came again, and it was about 30 seconds in length. One we had today was about 10 seconds. Fastball misses outside. The count goes to 1-2, but enough to wake you up. Sometimes if any of the events happen in the night, there's not much that you can feel, but definitely could feel the one yesterday and could feel the one 10 days ago. Everything was shaking. Here's a pitch. It's a breaking ball. Waved that and missed, and Lutz is in the books. He's gone for the second out of the inning. So 2 gone, and that is going to bring up the catcher, Vincent Ahearns. One of my customers said that if you happen to be in Taiwan and you're in a building and the building is swaying, just lay low. If the building starts going up and down, get out as fast as you can. You don't have to tell me twice. There's a breaking ball that misses down and into Ahearns, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Gracie Lynn says that in Costa Rica, they have a national alert system about the volcanoes. And when there's an eruption and that sort of stuff, there is a breaking ball that is swung on and missed. Count goes to 1-1. So instead of setting an alert for 3:45 in the afternoon, they did it at 3:45 in the morning. Yeah, that'll get you out of bed. Sure, people weren't very happy. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count now goes to 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike to Ahearns, 2 gone here in the inning. Germany trying to claw their way back into this one. Fastball misses upstairs. It's now 3-1 to Ahearns. On deck is the shortstop, Alexander Schmidt. Well, the good thing for the Germans, they've been productive in the bottom part of the order in the first couple of games. You need it here now. Here comes the pitch. Fastball misses down. It's going to be ball 4, and Ahearns gets himself a walk. It's going to load the bases. So the bases are full of Germans. It's going to bring Alexander Schmidt to the plate. As Baumgart makes his way to third, Walter is the runner at second. Ahearns is at first. So bases full of Germans is going to bring Schmidt to the dish. And that looks like it's going to do it all here for Oscar Nakiyoshi. We're going to have ourselves a pitching change. So hang tight, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments. We'll put some stuff here. The Germans have been all over the base paths today. In the first 2 innings, they stranded 5 runners. Got the bases loaded here again. Can't leave this many runners on board and not cash somebody in. But that is the way it seems to be going. We're going to take a little break here. We'll be back in just a few. We appreciate you guys for being here. Hang tight. We'll give you some drums here. Welcome back, everybody. The first pitch delivered to Alexander Schmidt is taken for a fastball on the inside corner, and the count is 0-1. The reliever is Thiago da Silva. He is on in relief, the 39-year-old right-hander, veteran of the Brazilian staff. As he kicks and delivers, it's a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count goes even at 1-1. He is a very low three-quarter sidearm delivery here, as the right-hander has 1 ball and 1 strike on Alex Schmidt. And De Silva steps off the rubber as time has been called by the catcher. 1 ball and 1 strike as the right-hander works himself to the set position. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung on and grounded foul over on the third base side. And the count now goes to 1-2 on Schmidt. So bases are full of Germans. 2 gone here in the last half of the 5th inning. They have threatened in a number of innings. The Germans so far have left 8 runners aboard through the first 4 innings. They stranded the bases loaded last inning and in the first. They also had left 2 on in the second. So they've had their opportunities. They just haven't had a clutch yet to be able to drive a run in here. As the pitch is on the way, it is a breaking ball swung on and chopped foul over past the third base bag, and the count remains at 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Right-hander working himself to the set. De Silva now delivers. Fastball misses upstairs, and the count goes to 2-2. So this is an important at bat here for Schmidt. He is 3 for 4 in the tournament. He's got a couple RBIs. He has also drawn a walk. As the pitch on the way, it is a breaking ball that misses inside. That's going to run the count full. And now the runners are going to be in motion here when De Silva delivers to the plate. So bases are full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. And the pitch is on the way. It's a fastball swung on and it's popped foul. And that's going to keep the count at 3-2. So we got quite the battle here as Schmidt has 7 pitches he has battled so far here. The right-hander 2. This is going to be pitch number 8 of the at-bat. As they're setting him up, here's the pitch. Breaking ball that misses down. It's going to be ball 4. De Silva thought it was strike 3. But that's going to cash a run across. It's the same way the Germans scored their run in the last inning. It was a bases-loaded walk by Helmig. Now a bases-loaded walk to Schmidt. That is going to bring Bumgard across the plate. Advancing to third is Walter. Advancing to second, Ahern's on the walk to Schmidt. And that is going to bring the top of the order in Eric Brink to the plate. So if there's something that's killing the Brazilians today, it's going to be the walks. And I have to say, on the replay, the up-down looked pretty good. The first pitch delivered to Brink as a breaking ball swung on and missed. The count is quickly 0-1. Brink 0 for 2 today. He had walked his last at bat. Brink 0 for 7 in the tournament. As the pitch is on the way, it's a breaking ball that he check swings, fouls away. Oh, he's not going to like that. Now the count goes to 0-2. You can tell he was disgusted with himself on that one. Not very happy with that effort. Here comes the 0-2 pitch now to Brink as the right-hander De Silva delivers a fastball. It swung on, it's grounded over into the 6 hole, fielded by the third baseman. And a nice play there by Reginato as he fields it, throws to second. It's going to retire Schmidt on the fielder's choice. He's going to be gone on a 5-4 fielder's choice for the third out of the inning. And that is going to do it here for the Germans. But they get 1 more back. They got 1 run in the inning on the benefit of 2 hits. There was no errors, and there were 3 runners left aboard. They have now left 11 runners on base through the first 5 of the Germans, and they trail Brazil 4-2. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a few with all the action. Appreciate you guys for being here with us. We'll be right back right after this in just a couple moments. Well, I got to tell you, the Germans are still on the field. The Brazilians have gone back to the dugout. It looks like the play is under review, so we're going to have to take a look here to see what the result is. As the Germans have all their runners on base, Brazilians are all back in the dugout, and the umpires have gathered in the infield side, so we'll get you a little result on this. We got to get a look at the replay ourselves. Wonder what they're doing, if that was a throw that pulled the runner off the base or what that was. We're going to get a look here. They're on the phones right now, and they're going to be rendering their decision here in just a moment. But as right now, bases are still full of Germans. They got the earpieces in. They look like they are Secret Servicemen with their glasses on, and they have ruled it is still going to be upheld. It was a fielder's choice at second base. So we'll take ourselves another little break here, and we'll be back in just a couple moments. Appreciate you guys for hanging in here on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. We'll be right back after this.
Hello, this is Eric Fox, formerly of the Oakland A's and Texas Rangers baseball teams. If you want to learn about Japanese baseball, see Coach Fred of Last Raps Baseball. If you want baseball instruction, see Coach Fred. If you want to learn about golf, do not go to Coach Fred. Fred, what kind of club is this?
At Last Raps Baseball, we know baseball. Welcome back, everybody. It was a good piece of base running there by the shortstop Schmidt, who got down the line. It was a bang-bang play. Nice play there by the second baseman, Rojo, to have to pick the ball out of the dirt, as the third baseman, Reginato, had fired it into the dirt. So that is where that stands. But that was the right call on the replay. We would have to agree, as we are almost ready to resume the action. It's going to be the heart of the batting order to come to bat here for Brazil. That means Bichette, Rojo, and Mascai will be coming to hit as we look toward this half inning of inning number 6. The reliever, Sven Schuler, is still on in relief, as he has been entrusted to try to get the Brazilian bats out. As a 4-2 lead at the moment, as we have to update our scoring for you guys as well as we move to the top of the 6th inning. So Dante Bichette coming to bat. 0 for 2 today. He did reach on a fielder's choice earlier on, and he scored the third run of the ball game for Brazil. He is 0 for 5 in the tournament. 32-year-old waiting on the offering here from Schuler. As the pitch is on the way, it is a fastball at 81 that misses outside, and the count is 1-0. Schuler is very, I'd say, almost to the point where he is arm action. It's not great arm action. He has a disconnect. He pauses, but then all of a sudden the ball comes out of his hand. It explodes. Be a very interesting look for a hitter. Doesn't throw particularly hard, as the righty delivers fastball, take it for a called strike. That was 83 on the gun. It's 2 balls and 1 strike here to Bichette. As he digs himself back in again, pitch on the way. It's a breaking ball swung on and lifted foul. It's going to run the count now even to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Right-hander Schuler shakes off the catcher, and he works himself to the set position. Here comes the pitch. Fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into right field, moving back and still moving back on it. And it's going to get over the head of the right fielder, Walter. And rounding first and cruising into second with a stand-up double is Bichette here to lead off the inning. That ball just kept carrying and carrying and carrying and carrying, and right over the head of the right fielder as it short-hopped the wall. So Bichette is aboard with a double, and that will bring up the second baseman, Lucas Rojo. You got to wonder here in this situation, if you're Brazil, do you start bunting him over to third? I wonder how much outfield play that Walter would get. He did catch yesterday's game. And they do square to bunt, and he gets it down. It's a good one. It's up the first base line, and the pitcher, Schuler, fields it, and he spikes it into the ground, and it's going to be an error charge to the pitcher. Brazil is going to reach safely. The batter, Rojo, that's going to put runners on the corners. And it's going to bring the left fielder, Gabriel Mascai, to the plate. So some shoddy fielding here by the Germans. As I said, I'm not so sure that the play in right field that shouldn't have been had. And then, of course, the pitcher fields it and he bounces a bounce pass to the first baseman who couldn't come up with it. And here comes the pitch. It is a fastball swung on. It's going to be lifted foul down the left field line, and the count is quickly 0-1 to Mascai. So a turning point in the ball game potentially right here. Victor Mascai, 1 for 2 today. He's got a couple RBIs. He is 1 for 5 in the tournament. Fastball misses inside. Count goes even at 1-1. Right-hander holds to the set. Now he's ready to pitch. And there's a fastball swung on, grounded softly to second. They go to second for 1, back to first, and it's going to be a double play. But it's going to get another run on the board here, as that is the 5th run scored by Brazil. Grounded to double play, 4-6-3. Gracie Lynn says she could get used to this. Sitting on the porch, sunny, 82 degrees. Sunny skies, listening to a great baseball game. Yeah, it has been an entertaining one for sure. And there's a first pitch delivered to Carmo, taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. So 2 gone in the inning, nobody on. But the Brazilians have capitalized on the shoddy defensive play by the Germans, as there's a breaking ball that misses up, and the count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. And there's a fastball delivered, and it's swung on and fouled away, and the count goes to 1-2. So the tail of the tape in this one, the first 3 innings dominated by the pitcher, Tommy Sommer. And Jaden Agassi came in, faced 7 batters, was only able to retire 2 of them, as he was roughed up for 4 runs. Then Martinson came in and steadied the ship. He retired 3 of the 4 batters he faced. And then Sven Schuler has come in and has gifted a run back to the Brazilians on the error that he made in the field. And there's a breaking ball that comes up and in here to the catcher, Carmo, and it's hit him. And he's going to get a free base out of that. So he is aboard. So he makes it over to first with the hit batter. And that's going to bring up Gabriel Maciel to the plate. I have to tell you, if you ever get a chance to watch a movie, if you're into the baseball stuff, watch The Emerald Diamond. That's the story about Irish baseball and how they got baseball going in Ireland about 25 years ago, 30 years ago. The former manager or owner of the Dodgers, O'Malley, was it was interesting. O'Malley had put some money into the baseball diamonds in Ireland. Not just a 90-foot diamond, but also a kid diamond. So in Dublin, they've got a place to play. But when you watch some of the pitchers who were throwing back at the time, you could see just exactly how the Irish players were playing and how they were being taught. And you could see how some of the arm action was a little bit to be desired. And that's kind of what you look at here with Schuler. He's a little bit all over the map. And here's the first pitch delivered to Maciel, and it's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. I'm not so sure about that. The strike zone today has been a little bit inconsistent at times. 0-1 on its way as the pitch is delivered. It's a breaking ball missing upstairs, and the count goes to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Maciel. You're listening to the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. We appreciate you guys for jumping in here with us today, wherever you're at in the world. As the pitch is a fastball swung on, it is pop foul down the left field line. It's going to reach the seats. It's going to run the count to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. And the souvenir makes its way into the stands. As we said, a little bit more bigger crowd today than what we witnessed yesterday between the Germans and the Chinese. I would think the Chinese are not going to bring a big draw. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Schuler delivers a fastball that swung on and lifted foul into the seats on the third base side of home plate. The count is going to remain at 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Schuler works himself into the delivery, and he fires a fastball. It swung on. It's grounded over to second. Fielded by the second baseman, Bumgard, who underhand flips it to the shortstop covering, and that is going to retire Carmo at second base on a fielder's choice, 4-6. He's gone for the third out of the inning, and that will do it here for the Brazilians in their half of the sixth, but they get a run back. The leadoff double by Dante Bichette, and after a sacrifice bunt that turns into an error by the pitcher, eventually the ground out by Mascai allows that run to score. 1 run in the inning on the benefit of only 1 hit. There was the error, and there was nobody left aboard. Your score as we move to the bottom half of the sixth. It is 5-2 for Brazil. We'll be back in just a few. Appreciate you guys for jumping in with us today on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back in just a bit.
Hello, guys. Thank you for joining Freddie here on his baseball game. And I'm Steve Rademacher, and my channel is really all about everybody, including all my international friends. We have such stuff as non-sport packs from Canada, the OP Cheese. We have the Greek Freak. We have money from around the world. We have lira. We have yen. We have francs. We have pounds. We have Deutschmarks. We have all kinds of cool stuff like that. We even have some cooler things like Japanese women wrestlers and OP-Chi baseball cards where I cannot read the back. We even have unopened material like the royal family, I know it's backwards, from London, England. Thank you for watching. Back to Freddie.
Appreciate you there, Steve, and the support you give to our channel. It is going to be the 2, 3, and 4 hitters to come to bat for Germany in their half of the sixth inning. The tail of the tape so far in this one has been the Germans' inefficiency on offense to be able to cash runners in. They've left 11 runners on base in the first 5 innings. It's going to be the 2, 3, and 4 hitters to come to bat to face Thiago da Silva. And the first pitch breaking ball delivered to Lou Helmig is swung through and missed for strike number 1. Helmig 0 for 2 today. He has also walked and knocked in a run as he is 1 for 7 in the tournament. And there's a fastball that just misses outside, and the count runs even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Right-hander getting his sign. He rocks in the delivery and fires. It's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count now goes to 2-1 on Helmig. We'll be back on the airwaves again tomorrow. It'll be the Brazilians and the Chinese. So if you're around, be sure to drop in for that one. That we thought could be an elimination game, but who knows what's going to happen tomorrow if the Brazilians win this one here today. Fastball swung on, popped up into the infield. Underneath it is Ito. He waves everybody away. He's there to make the catch, and that is going to retire Helmig. He's gone for the first out of the inning. 1 gone here, and that'll bring up the center fielder, Lucas Dunn. Well, for Dunn, he's officially 0 for 2 today. He's bounced into a fielder's choice and flown to center. He's also been hit by a pitch as the pitch is on the way. It's a fastball that misses down and away, and the count is 1-0. Dunn is 2 for 6 in the tournament. He's driven in a couple of runs. As the pitch on the way is a breaking ball that misses down. They appeal over to the first base umpire, but they say that he didn't go. Runs the count now to 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. Simon Bumgart waits his turn on deck. As the pitch on the way again is a fastball swung on. This is lifted into right field. Coming in and making the catch is going to be Lucas Ramirez. He had to come in and he kind of fell forward a little bit. The 19-year-old makes the grab. So that retires Dunn for the second out of the inning. And that is going to leave it all up to Simon Bumgart. And for Bumgart, he is 2 for 3 today. As the right-hander kicks and delivers, it's a fastball that misses outside, and the count is 1-0. Bumgart 5 for 6 in the tournament. 24-year-old, 6'3", 200 pounds. As the pitch is on the way, it's a fastball swung on. It's grounded softly over to first. Bichette fields it, flips it to Silva covering, and that's something that Brazil needs. That goes down as a ground out, 1-3. An easy 1-2-3 inning for Brazil. The only other time they had that was in the third. And that will do it here for the Germans in their half of the sixth. There was no runs in the inning, no hits, no errors, nobody left the board. We're now moving to the top of the seventh inning. Your score is Brazil 5, Germany 2. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a few. Appreciate you guys for hanging in here with us on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel.
Thank you, Freddie. Appreciate your support and everybody out there. Steve again here, obviously, with the Milwaukee Brewers. Of course, we have Bernie Brewer on my favorite beverage of choice right there, along with a card of Bernie. Yay! Now, we got some special guests here. I'm not just talking about our Hall of Fame lineup. I must be in the front row. Hey, come on there, Robin. I got 3,000 hits. What do you have? Well, I was the all-time saves leader, and I got 1.5 feet on you. Okay, Raleigh, settle down, buddy. Now, none of this could be possible without Harvey's Wallbangers. There's Harvey. And who could forget the Fonz? Hey.
Welcome back, everybody. It is Christian Pedro coming on in relief, and the irony to this is that the German right-hander was born in Sao Paulo, Brazil, and the first pitch is a fastball at 85 that misses upstairs. Count is 1-0 to Victor Ito. It is Ito, Gomes, and Ramirez, the 9-1 and 2 hitters to come to bat. And the pitch is a fastball that swung on and lifted foul. The count goes to 1-1. Ito has struck out twice today, looking and swinging. As the right-hander ready to go again. And he kicks and delivers. It is a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into shallow center field. Moving back on it is the second baseman. And coming in on it is the center fielder. But it will be the second baseman, Baumgart, who will make that play. It's going to retire Ito for the first out of the inning. It'll bring up the top of the order, Gabriel Gomes. So one gone here in the top of the seventh inning. And Gomes coming to the plate as the first pitch on the way is a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Gomes 0 for 2 today, but he got the party started in the fourth inning with a leadoff walk and came around and scored the first run for Brazil. There's a fastball swung on, and it's chopped softly foul down the third baseline. The count goes even at 1-1. 5-2 for Brazil here in the top of the seventh inning. 4-run uprising in the fourth. I did the damage, but we were saying that it has been the 11 base runners that the Germans have stranded in their 6 innings, as there is a breaking ball that misses down and the count goes to 2-1. Not enough clutch hits for Germany today. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into right field. Going back on it is Walter. He's backpedaling, and now it's over his head. It bounces, and it's into the stands. Oh, back-to-back innings that the right fielder, the young right fielder, has misplayed a ball. And that is going to be a double. The ball has been carrying out there, and it just kept carrying and carrying and carrying. And as soon as you saw him turn around and start backpedaling, he was definitely in trouble. So he was racing back, coming back on the ball, and then the back pedal, and then he does the 180, and the ball bounces and gets into the stands. And that's just a young player with not a lot of experience, especially at this level, making a mistake that you would see that bantam age players, 14 and 15-year-olds, would make in North America. But that ball bounces into the stands. So they've got a runner at second base, and the pitch delivered to Lucas Ramirez is a fastball that misses inside, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes to Ramirez, 6'3", 205-pound left-handed hitting right fielder, slices one down the left field line. This ball's going to get trouble. It's going to get down. Picking it up and fielding it and throwing it into second base. And the throw, is it going to be in time? We can't tell on that one there as time has been called, but Ramirez looks like he's sliding in with a double, and he's got himself an RBI, so he has his second hit of the ball game. As that is going to cash in another run for the Brazilians. They now lead at 6-2. So 6-2 is the scoreline. Ramirez is looking at his pants. He's got a good solid hole in it. I don't know if they want to call time, or sometimes in the Japanese league that they'll actually change the pants, but not so much here. So that's going to bring up Leonardo Reginato to the plate as he comes to bat with 1 out here. Where he slid was right on the hole. He had the hole in his pants earlier. So he's probably got himself a good solid raspberry, does Ramirez. As the pitch is on the way to Reginato, and it's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 1-0. 6-2 Brazil here. Top of the 7th inning. Germans are going to be running out of opportunities to put some runs on the board. Here comes the pitch. Fastball swung on. This is hit down the right field line. It's going to be trouble. It's into the corner. Rounding third and heading home is Ramirez. And Reginato's got himself a single and an RBI. And that increases the score line to 7-2 for Brazil. So who would have thunk it here? The Brazilians are doing damage. And that is going to bring up Dante Bichette to the plate. So it looks like there's a little bit more action going on now in the German bullpen. So Bichette coming to the plate. He is 1 for 3. He's scored a couple of runs today. We do have a visit to the mound here by the German pitching coach. As they came out to check on the reliever here, but it looks like he's going to be good to go, is Pedro. But there is action in the German pen as they have a right-hander up and throwing. And we get a number on the German right-hander. It is number 9. At least we think it's number 9. There's a pitch that goes all the way to the backstop. And the misery continues here for the Germans as they're just falling apart. It is Sasha Koch who is up and throwing. But that ball goes all the way to the backstop, and making his way over to third is Reginato on the wild pitch. So the German defense is in now. It's 1 ball and no strikes to Bichette. They've got to cut this run off at the plate. Pitch on the way, fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count goes to 1-1. And what small opportunities really have come for the Brazilians, they've made the most of it. They've made the opportunities that made the Germans pay. Here comes the pitch. Breaking ball swung on, chopped softly over to third, fielded neatly by the third baseman Brink. Throws to first. It's going to keep the runner Reginato at third base. It's a ground out 5-3. So gone for the second out is Bichette, and that is going to bring up the second baseman, Lucas Rojo. And for Rojo, well, he's 1 for 3 today. He's got a double in his 3 trips. He's also had a sac bunt. He may not be that. He's actually 0 for 2 because he reached on the error by the pitcher. So 1 for 2 and an RBI with a run scored. And it looks like that is going to be the end of the line here for the right-hander Pedro. He has seen enough. It looks like Sasha Koch is coming on in relief. And the pitching parade here by the German bullpen is going to continue, as that is where we stand right now. So Sasha Koch on a relief. Pedro's day is done. We'll take another little time out here, and we'll be back with all the action in just a couple moments. Appreciate you guys for jumping in here with us today on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city. San Diego, baby. I take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's Another Hollis Build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
Welcome back, everybody, and we thank our friend Matt Hollis for that little timeout for us. It is going to be Lucas Rojo scheduled to come to bat. The reliever is Sasha Koch, and the Brazilians have got a bit of a spread going here against the Germans. It is now 7-2. They have scored their runs in bunches, 4 in the 4th, 2 here in the 7th. They did put one on in the 6th inning, but they are ahead here 7-2 on the Germans in the top half of inning number 7. As we said before, the Germans have squandered their opportunities. 11 runners left aboard. They've really needed only a couple of big hits or a couple of hits to spread it open. First pitch at 82 miles an hour misses up and away, and the count is 1-0 to Rojo. Koch, the 27-year-old right-hander, delivers. Fastball swung on, popped up into shallow center field. The Bermuda Triangle is happening, but it is going to be the second baseman, Baumgart, who makes an over-the-shoulder catch. And that is going to do it here for out number 3 in the 7th inning. But there was damage done and lots more of it. 2 runs in the inning on the benefit of 3 hits. There was no errors, and there was 1 runner left aboard. We are now through 6.5. Your score is Brazil 7, Germany 2. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with all the action right after this version of Take Me Out to the Ball Game. So hopefully you guys will like it as well. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the bottom of the seventh inning. It'll be Sean, Larry, Yannick, Walter, and Donald Lutz to come to bat here as Thiago da Silva is sticking around here for another inning of work. The third pitcher used today by the Brazilians, as there is a Brazilian balloon that is flying overhead, and that is flying high just like the Brazilians are today, as they have this lead here on the Germans. Germans starting to run out of outs as Larry comes to the plate, but it looks like we may have a pinch hitter here for Larry, as it looks like it is going to be Simon Baumer who is in, the big strapping young fella batting here from the left side. So Baumer takes the first pitch for a ball, and then he takes another one outside for another ball. So 2 balls and no strikes. So Baumer replaces Larry, as the right-hander delivers. It is a fastball swung on and lifted foul over on the down the left field line, and the count goes to 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Again, there's a pitch. It's a fastball swung on. It is lined into right field for a base hit, and Baumer's got himself a base knock, so he is aboard at first. So he gets things going here for the Germans in the 7th, trailing 7-2. They're going to need some instant runs here if they want to get back into this one. So Baumer with the base hit. And it was past the end of through the 4-hole into the glove, or past the glove of the first baseman, Dante Bichette. So he gets things rolling. He's a big fella, as Baumer. It's slated to bring Walter to the plate, but it looks like that's the end of the night. So you got yourself a base hit, and now you're getting a pinch runner in here. You pick up the number on that one there. That would be number 18. So Yannick Walter coming to the plate. And the first pitch to Walter is a breaking ball taken for a called strike. Looks like it is Tristan Russell on to pinch hit or pinch run for Bauman. And the pitch is a breaking ball swung on, grounded softly over to third, fielded, and an error made by the third baseman. He couldn't get the ball out of the glove. Could Reginato? It's going to be E5. And the Germans here have got something going, as Walter's got himself on base based on the error here by the third baseman. So now they got runners at first and second, and it's going to bring Donald Lutz to the plate. And Lutz is 0 for 2. Tonight, he's been hit by a pitch and scored one of the 2 German runs, and we've got a conference coming to the mound here as they're coming out to talk to the pitcher, and they're settling him down. But it's the catcher probably settling down the defense. Maybe that's where the trip is. But no, it looks like it's the end of the rope here for Da Silva. So 26 pitches. His day is done. We're going to get ourselves a pitching change. Donald Lutz is coming to the plate. So hang tight, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments as the Brazilians are going to the pen again. We'll be right back after this. Well, we've got ourselves a couple of runners onto the Germans. It is the pinch runner, Tristan Russell, is at second. Yannick Walter is the runner at first. Slated to come to bat is Donald Lutz. And it is going to be a pitching change here, as we have Hugo Kanabushi is coming on in relief, a left-hander here. So he is going to be the 4th pitcher used by Brazil. So Hugo Kanabushi on in relief. And he'll be entrusted to have to face Donald Lutz. So Kanabushi ready to go, the 35-year-old, 5'11", 180 pounds. And he is going to be ready to face Lutz here as the first pitch coming to the lefty, and the fastball is swung on. This ball is lifted in deep left center field. This ball is going to be trouble, and it's going to be over the head of the left fielder. That is Maskai all the way to the wall. That's going to get a run in. Here comes the throw to the plate, and it is going to get one run across the board. So an RBI double here for off the bat of Donald Lutz. Stopping at third is Walter. So the Germans flexing their muscles here. They've got to run back to cut the lead to 7-3. Lutz with the RBI double. Curious to see if they're taking him out of the game here or not. I think I'd be leaving him in at this point. Too soon to be able to take him out. His run doesn't mean a whole lot. It looks like he's just getting rid of his gear. It is going to bring up the catcher, Vincent Aherns. And the first pitch delivered to Aherns is lifted foul down the right field line, and the count is 0-1. Aherns, 31 years old, 0 for 1 today. He's got a couple of walks. As we said, he appeared in yesterday's game in the back half, came in for the young fellow Walter. And there's a breaking ball swung on and fouled away, and the count goes to 0-2. So the ball's in 2 strikes. 0 for 2 in the tournament. As he waits here on the offering, here comes the pitch. And it's on its way. It's a ground ball to the right side of the infield. Good piece of hitting by Aherns as he grounds out to second base, but that's going to get a run across the board, as that is going to bring home Walter with the 4th German run. So it's going to go as a ground out 4-3. He gets an RBI. Advancing to third is Lutz. So that's good baseball right there. And that makes the scoreline now 7-4. So with one gone here, it brings up Alexander Schmidt to the plate as Lutz has made it over to third. And the first pitch delivered to the shortstop Schmidt is a fastball that misses outside for ball 1. The count is 1-0. So the Germans keeping it interesting here as they're hanging around. As the pitch on the way is a breaking ball that misses down, and the count goes to 2-0. They make it way more interesting if they could get another run on the board. So 2 balls and no strikes to Schmidt. Schmidt's been on base every time he's come to the plate today. There's a fastball swung on. It is lifted into left field. And this ball is going to be caught by the center fielder, tagging at third. And coming home is going to be Lutz, as it was deep enough. So that's going to be a sacrifice fly. That's going to be retired by the center fielder. Gone for the second out is Schmidt, but he gets himself an RBI. The Germans get a third run here in the inning, and they'll bring up the top of the order in Eric Brent. So good job there by the Germans to manufacture some runs, getting 3 back on the board here. 7-5 is your scoreline. And the first pitch, breaking ball, misses up and away, and the count is 1-0 to Brink. Brink batting from the right side here against the lefty Kanabushi. That's a fastball that misses inside, and the count now goes to 2-0. 0 for 3 today is the right-handed hitting third baseman of the Germans. As the pitch is on the way, it's a fastball swung on. It's grounded over to third. Oh, what a nice play by the third baseman, Reginato. He fields it. He does a 360, and he throws to first, and Brink is retired. It's a ground out 5-3 for the third out of the inning, but damage has been done. 3 runs in the inning on the benefit of 2 hits. There was an error, and there's nobody left aboard. Your score as we move to the 8th. It is Brazil 7 and Germany 5. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a few with all the action. Appreciate you guys for being here with us today on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. We'll be right back in just a few. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the 6, 7, and 8 hitters to come to bat here for the Brazilians in their half of the inning, and that means it's going to be Maskai, Carmo, and Maciel to come to bat to face the right-hander of the Germans, Sasha Koch. Koch had come in relief. He faced one batter and retired, the only batter he faced in the 7th, as he will be ready to face Maskai here. And it looks like we may have a new right fielder in for Germany as well, as it looks like it is going to be number 33 out in the outfield as the first pitch is swung on, is lifted into left center field. It's going to get down and it's going to get up the gap. And fielding it in center field is done, and he's going to fire it back into the infield, but a leadoff double here for Maskai. So he is the board with a double. We're taking a look to see who the new right fielder is, and it looks like it's going to be Finn Bergman. He was in the ball game yesterday. So Walter's day is done as he had butchered a couple balls defensively. So Bergman in right field for the Germans, taking over for Walter. And high fives all the way around for Maskai as he is going to head back to the dugout. They're going to have a pinch runner for him at second base. As we get caught up on that, and it'll be Gabriel DeCarmo coming into the plate here. So Daniel Yanamura is the runner at second, as they throw back to try to pick off the runner, but Yanamura not having any of it. So Yanamura on in here to run for Maskai. And squaring to bunt already here is DeCarmo, as the right-hander kicks and delivers, and he pulls back, but he can't hold up his swing, and that's going to be a strike here to DeCarmo, so no balls and one strike. Squared to bunt, pulled back, and then thought that he was going to slash. Looks like they had the good old-fashioned wheel play on. That is something that has been executed before, time and again. Nice play there. Nice job there by the runner to hold his ground. And on the swing there, DeCarmo, it looked like he had either jammed his knee or maybe he's got a calf issue. It looks like he's got maybe some cramping going on. So I don't know. He's holding the back of his hamstring. I've never seen that before. Took a swing and then he's got tightness in the hamstring here. He might have to come out the way that he's moving around here. Trying to get himself a little bit loose. Trainer has come out. The manager's come out. Bouncing around a little bit. They're going to bring him some of the water from the dugout. Not like that's going to help right now. If anything, it's stalling the pitcher, that's for sure. So a slight injury delay. When he went down to one knee, and then he had a problem getting back up, and it was like his leg was locking up. Probably some cramping. Got to think that with the heat, not a lot of humidity right there, I don't believe, down in Arizona at this point. And again, they check the runner back at second base. They're worried about him. They don't want to let him get over to third. Keeping him close. So again, squaring the bunt here is DeCarmo. And here comes the pitch. 0-1 on the way. Again, he pulls back and he lifts this one into center field. Dunn racing over to his left. He fields it and he turns back and throws, tagging it second and sliding into third. Nice job there. Is reading that is the base runner. That is going to be a sacker, or it's going to be a fly that's going to advance the runner over to third. Out is DeCarmo. He's gone for the first out of the inning, and it's going to bring the center fielder Gabriel Maciel to the plate. It's going to bring the German defense in on the infield. So Lucas Dunn had to go into the right center field power alley to have to make the grab. And as I said, good piece of base running. The momentum of the center fielder taking him away from the ball. As that first pitch is down to Maciel for ball one. So 1 ball and no strikes. The breaking ball swung on, is grounded over to first. Lutz fields it. He comes to the plate, and the throw is not going to be in time. And that is going to be a run scored by Brazil. It's going to be an RBI. It's going to be a fielder's choice. Maciel gets himself an RBI. He's safe at first. Yonamura is going to score the run. He was going, it looked like, on contact. As we see the pitch, exactly what it was. Fielded by Lutz. The throw was not great. It was on the first base side. Ahearns ended up not making the grab on it and squirted away. But that is going to restore the 3-run advantage here. Squaring to bunt is Ito as he pulls back, but it was taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1. They fire down to first base, and diving back in time is Maciel. So lots of action all around in a very short period of time. 8-5 now for the Brazilians. Pitch on the way, fastball. Misses upstairs. Count now goes to 1-1. 1 ball and 1 strike. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Ito. As the right-hander holds himself to the set. Here he pitches. Fastball swung on, chopped. Foul down the third baseline, and the count now goes to 1-2 on Ito. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Top of the 8th inning, Brazil with an 8-5 lead over the Germans. I have to say it's been some sloppy play and some opportunities for the Brazilians to capitalize on the German mistakes. There's a fastball swung on, chopped back to the pitcher. They go to second for 1, back to first. It's an inning-ending double play, and that is going to do it here. But the Brazilians able to get a run back. That goes in the books 1-6-3 to end the inning. 1 run in the inning on the benefit of only 1 hit. There was no errors, and there was nobody left aboard. Your score as we move to the bottom of the 8th inning. It is Brazil 8 and Germany 5. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in a few. We appreciate you guys for hanging in here with us on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. We'll be right back after this. Here's one of our other ones, one of our other templates that we'll be rolling off for the NPB this spring and summer. Well, just as the Germans did to the Brazilians, they left all of their players out onto the field, their runners onto the field. The Brazilians did the same thing to the Germans as they have gone up to review to see if the runner was going to be safe at first base on the back end of the double play. But it looks like that they have ruled in favor of the Germans. I'm just going to wait here and take a look and see, is the runner safe on the backside before we move ourselves to another break. Yanni Speer, the manager for the Germans, he's got the 2, 3, and 4 hitters slated to come to bat. And so the Brazilian manager is making his way out. I wonder if we're going to see ourselves a pitching change or a defensive change. He's coming over to talk to the home plate umpire. That's one of the things. You got to have an interpreter on the bench going from the other language to whatever the language the umpires speak. So one would have to think that English is the common words being used by the home plate umpire here today. And so the Brazilian manager coming out to announce his changes. Bottom of the 8th inning, Brazil has the 8-5 lead over the Germans. And it is, we said, a story of runners left on base, certainly through the first 5 innings. The Germans left 11 runners aboard in the first 5. And that has been the way that it has worked. So it is going to be the 2, 3, and 4 hitters to come to bat: Helmig, Dunn, and Bumgart. And it is the left-hander that is still in the ballgame, and this is Kenabushi. And the first pitch is check swing fouled over on the third base side, and the count is quickly 0-1. We're just getting caught up on our substitutions as well. Yanamura has remained in the game. He is the new left fielder. Breaking ball misses inside, and the count goes to 1-1 on Helmig. Helmig is 0 for 3 today and a walk, as he waits on the offering here from Kenabushi, and the pitch is on the way. It's a breaking ball swung on. This ball is belted into deep right field. This ball is going to be trouble, and this ball is going to short hop off the wall. Rounding first and heading to second is Helmig, and he's got himself a double. So Helmig, with a hit yesterday and another hit today, he's now 2 for 9 in the tournament. So he's got himself a double here to lead off the 8th inning, and that is going to bring up the center fielder, Lucas Dunn. So this game is far from over at this point. The Germans are still looking to be able to cash a run or two or more in here. They find themselves in a 3-run deficit. But, just with the pitching that's going on in this game, really for both teams, there could be more opportunities here to come late in the ball game. So Lucas Dunn striding to the plate, and that's going to bring the manager out of the Brazilian dugout. It's going to bring a pitching change here. It looks like we're going to be taking another timeout. It's going to be Eric Pardino. And for those of you who don't know who he is, he was in the Toronto Blue Jays organization. So Pardino is going to be coming in, and he's going to be entrusted to have to try to slam the door here on the Germans in this one. So Pardino coming in. We'll take ourselves another little timeout. We got to refresh our beverage. We'll be back in just a few. Appreciate you guys for listening in here. Our friend Gracie Lynn says she is just listening quietly, probably with her feet up on the deck and relaxing. We'll be right back in just a couple moments. Hang tight.
Hello, guys. Thank you for joining Freddie here on his baseball game. And I'm Steve Rademacher, and my channel is really all about everybody, including all my international friends. We have such stuff as non-sport packs from Canada, the OP Cheese. We have the Greek Freak. We have money from around the world. We have lira. We have yen. We have francs. We have pounds. We have Deutschmarks. We have all kinds of cool stuff like that. We even have some cooler things like Japanese women wrestlers and OP-Chi baseball cards where I cannot read the back. We even have unopened material like the royal family, I know it's backwards, from London, England. Thank you for watching. Back to Freddie.
Appreciate you there, Steve. The pitching change has been made, as it is going to be Lucas Dunn coming to bat. Eric Pardino, part of the Blue Jay organization, the 5'10 righty, 24 years old, 155 pounds, just a slight build on this fella. He is on in relief. Lucas Dunn 0 for 3 today. He has also been hit by a pitch. So Pardino, the diminutive right-hander in the ballgame, ready to go to work. And now he kicks and delivers. The first pitch is a breaking ball that gets away from the catcher, DeCarmo, and the count is quickly 1 ball and no strikes. Not going anywhere was Helmig. Dunn here waiting on the offering. He's played some pretty good center field for the Germans. But they could use his stick right now, as there's a breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count is 1-1. He is 2 for 7 in the tournament. Again, the right-hander working himself into the set position. And he pitches a breaking ball that misses upstairs. The count goes to 2-1. Gracie Lynn says it seems when she's quiet, that's when Germany scores the runs. Possibly so. It's been a rather sparse day here for the Germans, as they have had their opportunities. They just haven't been able to punch the runs across. Here's the pitch. It's a breaking ball. It misses upstairs. Count is 3-1. I haven't seen Pardino pitch, but he hasn't thrown really anything that's got me excited quite yet. A lot of breaking balls and not many strikes. 3 balls and 1 strike it is here to Dunn. As the right-hander works to the set. Now the pitch. Fastball misses down. It's going to be ball 4. And that is going to put Dunn aboard. It's going to put runners at first and second. And it's going to bring up the hottest player in the lineup for the Germans. I said Pardino made it to AAA for the first time in his career last season. He signed a $1.4 million signing bonus with the Blue Jays almost 8 years ago. So that seems like a long time ago as Pardino. $1.4 million will probably take you a long ways in Brazil. Gracie Lynn says Germany has left 15 men on base by her count. I've got it by 11. There's a fastball that misses outside, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. 11 in the first 5 innings. They didn't leave anybody on in the 6th or in the 7th. As the right-hander works himself to the set, here comes the 1-0 pitch. Fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into straightaway center field. Coming in and making the catch, tagging at second is Helmig. As Ito cuts the ball off, Helmig's going to advance over to third. It's going to put the runners at the corners. So Baumgart gone for the first out of the inning. And it's now supposed to bring up Tristan Russell. So the spot in the batting order was once occupied by Sean Larry, and then it was Simon Bauman came in to pinch hit for Larry. And then Russell came in to run for Bauman in the last half inning. We're going to see if it is indeed Russell who has stayed in the ball game, and it does appear that that's who it is, hitting from the left side here. And the first pitch is a fastball that misses upstairs. 1 ball and no strikes to Russell. Good thing you're not the official scorer, Gracie Lynn, probably. Or at least maybe in the math department. There's a bunt that's bunted down the third baseline. It's a good one. If it stays fair, it's going to be trouble, but it's just going to roll foul. Oh, nice job there by Russell trying to scratch his way on base, but that one just rolled foul. 1 ball and 1 strike it is now here to him. And that'll have to send the runners back. Helmig at third, Dunn the runner at first. So Russell, the American-born designated hitter. Batting from the left side, 21 years old, born in Arlington, Texas. Pitch on the way, fastball swung on and missed. The count now goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Gracie Lynn said math was always her worst subject. So here comes the 1-2 pitch as the right-hander ready to go. Kicks and fires. Breaking ball taken for a called third strike, and I don't think Russell liked that one. That pitch looked like it was a little inside. But nevertheless, he's gone for the second out of the inning, and that's going to leave it all up to Finn Bergman. And Bergman getting the opportunity here as he came in the game defensively for Walter. This is his first at bat of the ball game, as the first pitch on the way is a fastball that misses upstairs. Count is 1-0. Sure that they would love to be able to get Donald Lutz up to the plate in a situation here. Bergman, the 25-year-old, waits on the offering. As the pitch is on the way, it's a fastball that misses up and in, and the count is 2 balls and no strikes. Gracie Lynn said about the umpire that got upset and lost it at the stadium PA. No, I didn't see that the other day. I haven't really dialed into a whole lot of Major League Baseball yet. Just been looking at the box scores, usually of the Tigers at this point, and checking in a little bit on the Jays, seeing how they're doing in the minors. There's a fastball that's taken low down to second. Is the runner done? He's going to steal second. That's going to put runners at second and third. It's going to run the count to 3-0 on Bergman. So here comes, you want to pick your poison. You got Donald Lutz on deck. Can you imagine Lutz coming to the plate with the bases juiced and an opportunity to put one into the seats? That would be quite the dramatic piece here. There's a fastball that's center cut for a called strike, and the count is 3-1 to Bergman. There's the pitch. It is a fastball that misses up and away. It's going to be ball 4, and Bergman's going to be aboard with a walk. That is going to load the bases, and it's going to bring Lutz to the plate, who homered in yesterday's game. So the go-ahead run coming to the plate here for the Germans. Friend Gracie Lynn said, as the pitching coach comes out for the Brazilians, our friend Gracie Lynn said they played 3 blind mice. Well, they did that in the minor leagues a couple of years ago when the home plate umpire tossed the organist or the PA announcer, whoever it was. And so they should probably know better than that, the Phillies or whoever it is that they did that. They knew exactly what they were doing. They used to do that at the hockey games years ago, up especially in junior hockey, they would do it. And the same thing, the officials would toss the organist or the PA announcer out, whoever it would be. It's kind of tasteless or tactless when you're doing that sort of stuff. There is action up in the Brazilian bullpen. Pardino here at 16 pitches and Lutz stepping to the plate. So we got the bases full of Germans yet again. 2 gone here in the inning. Lutz at the plate. He is 1 for 3. He's doubled home a run. He's scored a couple. He's been hit by a pitch. The first pitch is a breaking ball missing down and in, and the count is 1-0. I'm a little shocked that Pardino, this is how he's pitching right now. He got the AAA last year, but boy, oh boy, I haven't really seen enough here today to warrant that he is of AAA caliber. A little surprised. I don't know if that's what I expected. So 1 ball and no strikes as the right-hander gets his sign and he works himself to the belt. And now time has been called as Lutz has asked for it. So Lutz dialing himself up, ready to put a good swing on a good pitch. This would be absolutely huge for Germany if Lutz could, with 1 swing of the bat, clear the bases. So here comes the pitch as the right-hander holds set, now fires. And he swings through a breaking ball, and the count goes to 1-1. He was probably guessing heater. And that pitch would have been ball 2 if he wouldn't have swung at it. Bases full of Germans, 2 gone here in the last half of the 8th. Pitch on the way. Breaking ball misses upstairs, and the count now goes to 2-1 on Lutz. Vincent Ahearns waits his turn on deck. You know, it kind of makes you wonder a little bit sometimes, too, if, you know, maybe you pitch around him even though you've got the lead here. Take your chances with Ahearns. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses down. I know he's not Barry Bonds, where you're going to walk him intentionally to get to the next guy, but you have to wonder, that might be in the back of the mind of the Brazilians, not give him anything good to hit and take your chances with the next guy. Because I don't know if the rest of the team is going to hit too many home runs outside of the guy at the plate. Here's the 3-1. Ball 4 misses upstairs as a bases loaded walk. That's going to be an RBI. It's going to bring home another run. It's going to cut the lead to 8-6. In to score is Helmig. Helmig comes across. Advancing to third is Dunn. Advancing to second is Bergman. And that is going to bring up the catcher, Vincent Ahearns. And the Brazilians have a hurry-up call in the bullpen here as they've got action moving quickly. So Pardino ready to deliver. Kicks and fires. It's a fastball that misses low, and the count is 1-0. Ahern's is a switch hitting catcher. First time I can remember seeing him hit from the left side here today. He's 0 for 2 with a couple of walks. As the right-hander holds to the set, here comes the pitch. Fastball misses upstairs. It's now 2-0. Are they going to walk the runs in? Waiting on deck is Alexander Schmidt. He's been a tough out today. He had a sac fly his last time up. He's walked and had a base hit. So the bottom part of the German order doing their part to give Germany a chance. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses outside. It's now 3-0. One would have to think no matter what the outcome is, Pardino, this is going to be his last batter. So 3 balls and no strikes as Pardino works himself to the set position. Here's the pitch. Fastball taken for a called strike at 88. The count now goes to 3-1. So 3 balls and 1 strike it is. Right-hander works himself to the set. Here's the pitch. Another fastball taken for a called strike, and now it's going to run the count to 3-2. Well, that's going to put the runners in motion. Everybody's going to be on the move here as they're going to try to punch themselves around. A base hit here should tie the ball game. And now we've got a batter timeout here as Ahern's is going to make the pitcher think a little bit. So now the pitcher, Pardino, steps off the back of the rubber as he waits here. So Ahern's ready to go again. Here comes the pitch from Pardino. And the pitch on the way is a fastball that misses outside. It's going to be ball 4. And there's another walk, and that's going to get the 7th run across for the Germans. Dunn comes in to score. Advancing to third is Bergman. Over to second is Lutz. An RBI here for Ahern's. And that, I would have to think, is going to be the end of the night for Pardino. I'd be shocked if they left him in here. But they are going to leave him in. It's going to be Alexander Schmidt at the plate. Here comes the pitch. He fires it. It's fastball swung. This ball is hit into left field. Moving over underneath it is the left fielder, and that is Yamamura, and he's going to make the catch. And that is going to do it. But boy, the Germans score a couple of runs, and they strand the bases loaded yet again. There was 2 runs in the inning on the benefit of only 1 hit. There was no errors, and there were 3 runners left aboard. You're inching closer to your 15 there, Gracie Len. That's 14 runners that they've left. We're moving to the top of the 9th inning. It's now 8-7 for the Germans. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a few. Appreciate you guys for hanging with us here tonight. We'll be right back in a little bit here as it is an 8-7 ball game going to the 9th. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be another German pitching change as former big leaguer Nick Whitgren is coming on in relief as he is going to take over here. So Whitgren on in relief, and who is he going to face? Well, he's going to get the top of the order. It's going to be Gomes, Ramirez, and Oranginato. And that is how it is going to be. 8-7. Brazil has the lead here in the top of inning number 9. So Whitgren on to have to do the job here, as he is ready to go back to work. The first pitch is a fastball that Gomes squares around on, but pulls back, takes it for a ball, 1-0. Gomes is 1 for 3 today. He's got a double in 3 trips. He's also walked and scored a run. He's got a couple of runs scored. The 33-year-old kicks and fires. It is a fastball that misses up and away, and the count now goes to 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. Germans trying to keep the Brazilians at bay here, as the pitch on the way is a fastball that misses up. 3 balls and no strikes. Need to get Whitgren to seal the deal here for you, or at least to keep Brazil off the base paths and off the scoreboard. Here comes the 3-0 pitch. Fastball taken for a called strike. The count is 3-1. 3 balls and 1 strike it is. As the right-hander ready to go again. 3-1 on the way. Fastball misses up and in, and it's going to be ball 4. It's going to be a leadoff walk here for Gomes. That's going to bring up the right fielder, Lucas Ramirez. Gracie Lynn says, thinking ahead, what about the extra inning rules in this tournament? I'm pretty sure that they're using the same extra inning rules that they did in the last of the Classic. I do think we have ghost runners, if I'm not mistaken. We'll know that if we happen to get there. I hope we don't. Got a bit of a problem starting to brew here for me. I got an appointment to get to in about an hour's time. This game's dragging on forever. There's a first pitch fastball ticket for a called strike. Count is 0-1 to Ramirez. So I think a bunt situation here would be in order. Ramirez is 2 for 4 today. He's scored a couple of runs and driven in a run. But I don't know if anybody in the Ramirez family has squared the bunt. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball swung on, grounded over to the right side, fielded by Lutz. He underhand flips it awkwardly to Whitgren, and that's going to retire the runner. Lutz had come in to field it. He made the play, got it to Whitgren. Nice athletic play by the pitcher. Can't say that every day. That's going to go down as a ground out, 3-1. In the books is Ramirez for the first out of the inning, but advancing the scoring position is Gomes. And that is going to bring Leonardo Reginato to the plate. Reginato 1 for 3 with a double and an RBI today. He's also drawn a walk. 2 for 7 in the tournament for the third baseman of the Brazilians. As we have a little stoppage in the play here, it looks like that the Brazilians are making a substitution, and I'm not sure if that's the pinch runner or not. Yeah, it looks like they're going to have a pinch runner. Interesting that your leadoff hitter is being pinch run for. It's going to be Thiago Nishiyama, who is replacing Gomes. So yet another player of Japanese descent. A lot of that influence here in the German side. I would have known that or expected that. If there was a lot of Japanese influence in the Brazilian group. But it looks like there is. Here comes the first offering as Whitgren delivers a breaking ball over for a called strike. The count is 0-1. Reginato batting here with 1 out. Dante Bichette waiting his turn on deck. 34-year-old enjoying a nice day at the office today. He did make an error in the field, though. Reginato, as the pitch on the way is a fastball that misses down and in. Count now goes even at 1-1. One ball and 1 strike. Pitch again on the way. There's a breaking ball that misses outside. Count goes to 2-1. Gracie Lynn says the Japanese who brought baseball to Brazil when they fled from fighting in the Second World War. Here's the pitch. It's a breaking ball swung on it. It's lifted into right center field. Ball's going to get down. Dunn cuts it off. He's going to fire it in. Rounding third is the runner, and he falls to the ground, and then He gets back up and he still scores the run. The throw coming into the infield was not very good. The first baseman, Donald Lutz, was there as the cutoff. The runner halfway around third fell to the ground, and then he got back up to his feet and was able to cross the plate in time. So it's going to be an RBI double here off the bat of Reginato. I think it was a double. We're going to have to see that, or if they're going to rule it as a single. But scoring from second base is Nishiyama. It's going to re-extend the lead to 2 runs. Regardless, an RBI, oh boy. Actually, it's a single here for Reginato. He's at first. I thought he might have went to second after that or during the throw and had to look for that, but no, he is there. So Dante Bichette at the plate with the runner at first. 1 gone here in the inning, and the score is 9-7 Brazil. Fastball taken for a called strike at the knees, and the count now goes to 0-2 on Bichette. Bichette today has scored a couple of runs. He's officially 1 for 3 in the books. As the right-hander works himself to the set position, and here comes the pitch. On its way, fastball swung on and missed, and Bichette gone on strikes for the second out of the inning. As he makes that long stroll back to the dugout, and that is going to leave it all up to the second baseman, Lucas Rojo. And for Rojo today, well, Rojo is 1 for 3. He had a double and drove in a run and scored a run in the 4th. He's grounded out. He has popped to second, but he also had a sacrifice bunt where he reached on an error. And the pitch on the way is a breaking ball. It's taken for a called strike. The count is quickly 0-1 to Rojo. Seesaw affair here. I gotta say, is it a classic at the Classic? It's certainly been an entertaining one. There's a fastball swung on, grounded, foul just past the bag at third base. And that is going to run the count to no balls and 2 strikes on Rojo. That was not foul by much. So no balls and 2 strikes it is to Rojo. And probably the right call by the third base umpire. Right on top of the call, right on top of the play. Pitch on the way. Fastball comes up and in and almost hits Rojo. As Rojo has taken his time out as he walks away there to gather himself. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. 9-7, Brazil has the lead here in the top of the 9th inning. Definitely not a pitcher's duel, although it looked that way early on. Breaking ball misses outside, and the count goes to 2-2. Looking ahead for the Germans in the bottom half of the 9th, it'll be the top of the order, Brink, Helmig, and Dunn to come to bat. So the game is still not out of the woods yet. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball swung on and missed. And that is going to do it. Rojo's in the books for the 3rd out of the inning. Whitgren, though, does get touched up for a run. 1 run in the inning on the benefit of 1 hit. No errors and 1 runner left aboard. Now moving to the bottom of the 9th inning. Your score is Brazil 9, Germany 7. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments. We appreciate you guys for hanging in here with us on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. Right back after this.
Well, you got to have an ace in the hole, a little secret that nobody knows. Life is a gamble, a game we all play, but you've got to save something for a rainy day. You've got to learn to play your cards right if you expect to win in life. Don't put it all on the line for just 1 roll. You've got to have an ace in the hole. Yeah.
Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the 9th inning here. It'll be Brink, Helmig, and Dunn to come to bat. And on the mound for the Brazilians, we're just looking to see if they have made themselves a change or if they're going to stay with Pardino. As the right-hander, there is a right-hander that is warming up here. As we've got, where is our Pardino? It looks like it may still be him, number 43 in the ball game. We have to get our distance. A little surprised. Boy, he did not look good in that last half inning as he got touched up for 3 runs. But you got to wonder sometimes that he may be still their best option on the mound. You don't know, as some of these national teams, they are a little bit thin on the pitching. So it is going to be Brink, Helmig, and Dunn here to get things going in the 9th inning. And Pardino for sure is on the hill here. And the first pitch on the way. Fastball that is missing upstairs. Boy, at times the umpiring here, I'm not sure about the zones. Pitch looked pretty darn good. He's squeezing the Brazilians. There's 1 ball and no strikes. And there's a fastball that's taken for a called strike. The count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Brink today 0 for 4. He has drawn a walk. 0 for 9 in the tournament. He needs to find a way to get something going here. This bat has been ice cold. There is a fastball. That looked pretty darn good, but Pardino on the mound does a 180. He's not happy with the call. I don't know where that pitch is. Certainly the up-down was pretty good. We can't see the in-out on the angle there, but that pitch there looked pretty darn good. 2 balls and 1 strike to Brink. Going to have to give him a cookie right down the middle. There's a fastball that misses inside. That's definitely not a strike. 3 balls and 1 strike. There is action in the bullpen as Murilo Gouveia is up and throwing. As the right-hander Pardino delivers, there's a fastball that missed. Oh, that one catches the outside corner for a called strike. So that brings the batter back. I'm not so sure that some of the other pitches weren't strikes. That one sure didn't look like it. The catcher had to go outside and get it, and I don't think he really framed it like a strike. So here's the 3-2 pitch on the way. Fastball swung on, grounded right back to the pitcher. It's going to go in the books as a ground out, 1-3. But I got to tell you, some dicey officiating here. Some of the strikes look like balls. Balls are looking like strikes. But that's only because of the hand of the umpire, whether it stays up or down. Well, that brings Lou Helmig to the plate. Helmig today is officially 1 for 4. But it is going to bring a pitching change here as they are going to go to the bullpen, are the Brazilians. So we're going to see Murilo Gouveia coming in, or are we? Nope. And it's going to still stay with Helmig. Or stay with Pardino as the first pitch he delivers to Helmig misses down for a ball. Thought we were going to be moving our way to the pen. But Pardino stays in the ballgame. There's a fastball missing up and away, and the count is 2-0. As the catcher makes his way out to the mound to have some words. Why not a cookie right here to Helmig? Tying run is on deck. And Lucas Dunn. So Pardino ready to go again. He rocks into the windup and delivers. Fastball swung on, grounded up the middle. A nice play by the diving second baseman, Rojo. He gets to his feet, and he throws out Helmig on a ground out 4-3 for the second out of the inning. Oh, what a play there by Rojo. Extending himself, moving to his right, making the play. Absolutely fantastic play, and not bad for the fella that we said earlier stands only at 5'6". Used all of that frame to have to get the ball, get back to his feet, and they were able to get Helmig by a step. And here comes the batter. This is Dunn to the plate, and there's a fastball that comes inside, almost hits him. The home plate umpire goes up with the right hand for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Dunn tonight, 0 for 3, a walk, and has been hit by a pitch. He swings at a breaking ball and fouls that one away, and the count now goes to 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. Gracie Lynn says that should have been ball 4. At times like that, I like the new ABS system. The problem is, breaking ball, they may have used all their challenges by this point, the way this game has gone. I would like to see the umpire score at the end of this game on how many calls that he would have had, but I don't think that that's something that's afforded in the Classic. Here comes the pitch. Breaking ball, waved at and missed. And that is going to do it as Brazil's going to put this one in the books. 3 up and 3 down here for the Germans in their 9th inning. And Brazil getting a victory here over Germany in the 9th. your final score, Brazil 9 and Germany 7. Stick around, everybody. We'll take a moment here. We'll come back, wrap it up, put this one to rest, and then we'll be back with you again tomorrow. So hang tight, everybody. We'll be right back after this from our friend Eric.
Hello, this is Eric Fox, formerly of the Oakland A's and Texas Rangers baseball teams. If you want to learn about Japanese baseball, see Coach Fred of Last Raps Baseball. If you want baseball instruction, see Coach Fred. If you want to learn about golf, do not go to Coach Fred. Fred, what kind of club is this?
At Last Raps Baseball, we know baseball. Well, everybody, that was quite the entertaining affair here today. It was a way different. It was games within games. The starter, Tommy Summer, for the Germans, pitched 3 shutout innings, retiring all 9 batters that he faced. And then after that, it was pretty much all Brazil. The other side of the ledger, the Germans today, for their efforts, they left 14 runners on base, especially early on where they had an opportunity to blow this game apart and be able to put away the Brazilians. They weren't able to do it. The Brazilians got things going in the 4th inning, however, as in the top of the 4th, they scored 4 runs. The Germans responded with one of their own in the bottom of the 4th to make it a 4-1 ball game. Germans cut the lead in the 5th to 4-2. And then it was an extension of the lead in the 6th inning as the Brazilians added another run as they made it 5-2 at that point in time. In the top of the 7th, Brazil added a pair more to go up 7-2. The Germans did respond with 3 in the bottom of the 7, make it 7-5. But again, it was Brazil scoring another run in the 8th. Germans came back with a couple more of their own. And then the 9th inning, Brazil scored in the top of the 9th, and that made the scoreline 9-7. So 9-9-1 for Brazil, 7-7-1 for Germany. That is your final score here in this one, as Germany and Brazil are now 1-1 in the bracket. Tonight it'll be China versus Colombia, so if you're around, check that one out. We'll be back on the airwaves tomorrow for Brazil and China. And who knows, maybe China will do something crazy tonight, like beat Colombia, and then we would have a heck of a day set up for tomorrow. All right, everybody, once again, we appreciate you stopping in to listen to the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. We're going to tap out here, and we will catch you guys again tomorrow, same time, same channel. Hopefully you can make it in for more action. Thanks to our friend Gracie Lynn and to our friend Kalena Wes for popping in here today. We appreciate you guys for listening in while you were here. Have a great day, everybody.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city. San Diego, baby. I'll take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's Another Hollis Build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.